world-class veteran video game critic Michael does live. Oh, Michael.
You want to know how I got these scars? I told your mother I said hi. You know, how does it feel to be a part of the Losers Club? Dying Light fanboys, I can't even hear myself. So we got to fix that. First of all, we got to fix some stuff out here. It's fucking cold out here, bro. I know you can't see it, but if you could feel it, believe me, it'd be a different story. So let's fix the audio here because I can't hear myself. Alrighty. Cranked this bitch all the way up. There we go. Folks, we are live. Okay, chat, we're live. You know, I don't know if anyone knows that, but, you know, chat, we're live. And the Dying Light 2 fanboys need a reality check. Now, here we are, literally 1 month until release. And, well, you know the story. 0 console gameplay as of this show. Now, that could change, to be fair, as soon as tomorrow, but tomorrow isn't here just yet. So, you know, we have to assess the reality of the situation as it continues to unfold and unpack. And the first one popping the cherry here tonight is
Miles Keno donated 6
Miles
Canadian
Keno.
dollars and 99 cents through Super Chat. Michael, it is good to see you again and to support the show. Thank you for your honest content.
Yeah.
So tired of Twitch streamers. Finally your stream refreshing.
Yeah, we are out here. I'll tell you what, we are out here. It is blowing, it is blustery, it is literally below freezing out here. But, you know, the show must go on. No one else is as committed as World Class, and we appreciate the support out here because we're going to freeze our ass off out here today. Miles coming through, popping the cherry. And that one's not reading out. Johnny Be Good. Janito coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Janito coming through. Guys, we got to get him in here. We're not going to be able to go live tomorrow or the next day. It's terrible weather out here. This is the only day that we could do it, okay? So you got to get him in here when we show up these days because, you know, we don't have every day to fool around out here. We have limited days because Mother Nature's in control now. And there's going to be terrible weather for the foreseeable future. So
Mind_at_Bay donated $5 through Super Chat.
it's over.
First show of 2022. Here is some fuel, Lord Mackle.
Yeah, I guess it is the first show of 2022. Well, we've been gone for so long, but we do have a brand new Elden Ring video already done, already ready to go, and I think the Elden Ring fanboys are going to be seething about that. But first, we have to dissect and discuss the elephant in the room, and that's, of course, Dying Light 2. Here we are, 1 month from release, and they just have nothing to show for. So,
DJ Viva Edit donated $1.99
that's the reality
through Super
in
Chat.
terms of where we stand.
It's over.
Yeah, it certainly is over. Chat, we're live, okay? You know, I mean, they don't want to wake up and smell that coffee, and they can't get people in here. But my tweet on Dying Light 2 is kind of getting some traction. So and that's a good thing because we're hoping that it kind of pressures Techland into showing us gameplay of this game running on console. Because as of this recording, as of this show, broadcast, what have you, there is no gameplay, and we're just 1 month away from the game releasing. So they want your money, they want you to pre-order, but they're not showing off the product. To me, that's the biggest red flag. You know, it's like, okay, you can show it off on PC and RTX and all this crap, but not everyone has high-end hardware. And as such, that is not indicative of everyone's experience with Dying Light 2. You can't just show it off running on a fucking 3090 and saying, oh yeah, by the way, Dying Light 2 plays good. It's like, no, that is not how you do that. So we're hoping that people can just start waking up because people are still pre-ordering. And they're doing it in spite of me. I don't know why. I don't give a shit what you do with your money, okay? It's your fucking money, your choice. But if you want to get screwed over again, right now it looks like there's a very likely chance of that happening, folks, with Dying Light 2. So you really do need to wake up and smell that coffee. And again, we do have an Elden Ring video coming either later tonight or tomorrow. It really depends on how we feel. But it already is done, and it's going to get some people seething. But I'm just spitting facts, okay? And they can't handle that. You know, they get a broomstick up their ass and they go, oh my God, Michael, I secretly like that. Well, that's too fucking bad. But we are out here nonetheless giving the reality of the situation in 29-degree Fahrenheit weather, okay? You know, that's below freezing. And I assume if we stand out here for fucking too long, we're going to get fucking hypothermia and we're going to be like Jack on the goddamn Titanic where he's sinking down the fucking ocean floor because he died due to the cold weather. Guys, you gotta get him in here, man. See, this is the problem when we don't go live every day. It sort of like kills the show. That's not my problem. Like, the Mother Nature is in control. So we're not gonna be live tomorrow. We're not gonna be live the next day. We're not gonna be live until probably like 3 or 4 days from now, depending on this weather. This is the only day where it's like near freezing temperatures. You know?
Miles Kino donated $2 through Super Chat. Young year shield Matrix, he will shield this.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I really don't give a shit what people are shilling and what people aren't shilling. I'm doing my own fucking shit out here, you know? I'm just sticking to my path, and if they don't agree, too bad. There's people that will agree, and they will find where the bench is at, and we'll sit them down, and we'll say, hey, you know, you're on the team now. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into the lines here. And as you can see right here, folks, Dying Light 2. This is the tweet I'm talking about. If you're not following me on Twitter, get on the Twitter and get your ass over there because, well, the reality is unfolding over there. And as far as I understand, I am correct in this. There's no footage of this game running on any fucking platform outside of PC. So, and people are trying to say otherwise, but they're not providing any evidence. So they're full of shit. They're literally fanboys. Like, as soon as you tell these fanboys what they don't want to hear, they get really upset and really offended. I mean, I'm out here, I mean, it's fucking blustering out here. I'm sure you can hear it a little bit. It is cold as fuck out here, colder than ever. And we're still giving those reality checks. Like, if you can't appreciate or respect that, then find a new bench to sit on, because I ain't got time for you. That's just the way the reality works out here. So let's go ahead and open up the lines here. 818-284-4568. Again, we got an Elden Ring video coming, and it's longer than normal videos. Not too much longer, but it's longer enough to get the reality through. Because these Elden Ring fanboys are so stubborn, and so are these Dying Light 2 fanboys. They're all just so stubborn, and they can't meet you halfway out here. You know, it's like I'm literally spitting fact out here, and you guys are trying to like spin it and say, "Oh, it's a positive." How is it a positive? They want you to pre-order this game. You're spending $60. I mean, sure, you can cancel the pre-order, but what's the point of pre-ordering outside of some stupid skins, probably some NFTs as well? I mean, you know, I'm joking, of course, but there's really not much of an incentive to pre-order. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Hi. So I'm watching your live show right now, and I gotta say, I really do love your content. It's really funny and all that, but I like the debate, and I would like to say, like, the reason why PS4 footage for Dying Light 2 hasn't came out yet is because, like, well, you gotta think about it. It's a really big game. It has, like, to optimize it and all that shit, make sure it doesn't look crappy and all that.
Yeah, the game
like
comes out in 30 days. The problem
is it hard being
well,
so
hold on, there's like 40
intelligent?
people talking. There's 40 people talking. You guys had plenty of time to donate. When I open up the lines, they all want to donate because they want a reaction. That's how it is. Nonetheless, we appreciate you. Chat's coming through. Look, the problem right now with Dying Light 2 is that we're 30 days away. We're a month away, however many days, a month away. That's what I know. I'm not a fucking mathematician. But we're a month away from Dying Light 2 releasing. And it's not just last-gen footage. That's what people are misunderstanding about what I'm saying. There's no console footage at all. Like, it's not just PS4 and Xbox One base. There's no console footage at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it says that right on the screen, guys. I don't know why people are like, I'm not talking about last gen. There's like no console footage at all. Like, period. There's no console footage at all. Alrighty. Well, we appreciate you for calling in. We're going to move the wheels. It's cold out here. We don't got time to fool around out here today, folks. Guys, let's go. Hello, you're on the air. Going to take the show to Twitch if you guys can handle it. Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Hey, man. Hey, so first and foremost, I just want to say I appreciate the reality checks and below freezing temperatures. That is indicative of dedication right there,
Yeah.
and that is greatly appreciated.
That's what we're talking about.
And second off, I wanted to ask you real fast if you've heard of that PC game, Ready or Not. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. I think I just saw new footage of it. It's in New York. It's like The Division, but with zombies.
It's like a
Oh, no, never mind.
simulator.
I'm thinking of something else. No, you're talking about the SWAT game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a SWAT simulator game.
Yeah,
I just wanted to throw it out there and put it up in the air for you.
Yeah,
It's a really well done game. I think it's the
I was
number
gonna
one
get
game
it,
on
but
Steam right now.
yeah.
Say that again?
Yeah. No, I know what it is.
All right, well, I love you, bud.
Hell yeah, appreciate it. We got to move the wheels, guys. Come on, if you got a question or comment, that's great. But if you got nothing to say, I mean, I'm probably gonna wrap this show up early because we're out here fucking freezing. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, Michael, the Dying Light 2 is horrible. It's horrible. You know what? I play Fortnite it's much better, and what I have to say is nigga.
No, 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 no,
nigga,
no, no, no,
nigga.
no, 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 no. Go back to the 4 channel. Go back to the Discord that you crawled out of, okay? Because I know you guys, you just can't spend time over here, but you can surely spend time over there. I don't understand where the misinterpretation comes in here, because we're not talking just about like PS4 and Xbox One footage of Dying Light. There is no footage of this game on those consoles that are right on the fucking screen. Like, as far as I know, we have seen only PC footage and some PC footage with an Xbox controller. So you tell me how this isn't a red flag, because I'd love to hear it. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah. Well, it
First
sure is.
stream
Yeah.
of
We're out here.
2022.
We're out here. Yeah. Hello. You got a comment or question
out
for
here.
World Class?
But Dying Light is trash. Don't worry about this game, Michael. What you
No,
should
no,
be
no, no,
worried
no,
about
no.
right now
I'm covering it. I'm
is
covering it.
Resident
If
Evil
I
2
stop covering it, no one
VR.
else is
That's
going to
what you
bark.
should be
I
worried about.
I am
Fuck
trying to
this
help
game.
Techland here. I'm trying to help Techland here, because if I don't bark, no one else literally will, because no one else cares. They want to just shut up and take my money. That's all they want to play. And I'm saying, hey, wait a minute. There's a big fucking problem here. There's the elephant in the room that no one's discussing, and that's the fact that there's zero gameplay of this game running on any fucking consoles 1 month from release. So they want your money, but they don't even give you a date when they're going to show you the product that you've already spent your money on. That's a massive red flag.
I mean, I'm not going to buy this game. I didn't even play the
Frank
first
Caves
one.
Well, maybe
donated
don't call in. Hello, you're on
$9.99
the
through
air.
Super Chat for a pack of hand warmers.
Hello,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
hear me?
Yeah. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, if you see the gameplay trailer, they cut some parts out of the trailer. When they got near the fire, they cut the part out for at least 10 seconds. That just proves that they don't want to show the full gameplay. They're cutting parts out because they know the game is not ready yet.
Well,
is
I mean, that's
incredible.
obvious. That's obvious. I mean, look at Battlefield 2042. I was out here talking about Battlefield for months. No one gave a damn. Okay? But that's just how it is.
I know, it
But
was
the
until the
reality is
last
that
second.
this is the same situation with Battlefield. Because Battlefield, they were reluctant to show gameplay, and we all know how that turned out. So,
Cody donated $5 through Super Chat.
well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling in. If you guys aren't ready, I don't know what to tell you. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate it. Frank Caves and Cody coming through. We're not going to be live tomorrow. We're not going to be live the next day, so you guys are going to have to make sure you come in here when we're live, because we don't have every day to go live these days because of Mother Nature. Nonetheless, hello, you're on the air.
Why is people pandering Dying Light 2?
I don't know. I don't know why people do things, but they just, I mean, look, they think I'm a hater. They think I want people to cancel. I don't care what you guys do. You keep the creator locked in for all I care. I'm just saying there's many red flags here, and if you can't figure that out, why there's red flags on the table, then it's over. I mean, the whole situation has been crumbling for a long time now, and no one wants to wake up and smell that coffee. The same with Elden Ring, the same with Elden Ring. But I think this is a much worse situation.
There is zero gameplay of Dying Light 2 running on any consoles, and people are still pandering. Why?
I mean, they're just not they're not listening. I mean, I have to hire Brad Pitt to come out here and say that message for me. I have to basically pay someone to deliver the message, because they won't listen to me. So I got to just start paying people to come out here, and maybe on Cameo or something. I mean, you know what I mean?
It's just like, wait for you.
Oh yeah. Well, we can't hear you, so we're gonna move the wheels. We got to go to someone else who can be heard. If you guys got terrible connections, well, that's not, there's nothing that I can do, guys. So figure this one out, folks. When we weren't live, no one asked me when the next show was. So this is indicative of the entire, we don't care. And that's the whole story with everything these days. No one cares anymore. The amount of effort it takes to care is just too much for some people to handle, so they don't do it. They don't do it. So as we wait for some more people to pile in here, because the lines are already dead, and that's not a great sign this early into the show, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Reddit here. This is the Reddit. If you want to go to the Reddit, it's getting a little bit more active as of late, so we're going to shout it out here again. And it has to look like that. There should be a Nightbot in the chat posting the link every so often if you want to go over there. It's not in the description, but it's got to look like this, what you're seeing on the screen right now. Otherwise, you're at the wrong Reddit. We won't be covering your post. So you got to make sure you go to the right one, because there's like 400 fake ones. So with that said, let's go ahead and scroll through this here. If I can figure out how to do this, it's not letting me do it. Alrighty. Meanwhile, in a basement near you, surrounded by Cheetos in their parents' basement, it's the Elden Ring fanboys. You know what I mean? This is a good one. If I were signed in, I'd upvote it. But this is the reality of the situation. The Elden Ring fanboys are literally, we'll get into that in a moment in the next video, but That's basically a live look at the Elden Ring fanboys. And some of the Dying Light 2 fanboys as well. So this guy right here, I think it's from Meds, went to a store and put the YouTube channel up on all the fucking phones and tablets. That's fantastic. Holy shit. Now they're probably going to ban that site. The reality of the situation. Average Michael Does Life hater. Is that review tech? Average Michael Does Life supporter, Chad. That's what we're talking about. You support the show, you're a Chad. If you hate the show, you're, well, part of the losers club surrounded by Cheetos in your parents' basement, just like that guy up there. Michael is the prophet of the gaming industry. Well, I mean, I know. I don't like to toot my own horn here all that much, but yeah. Definitely the prophet of the gaming industry, the gaming messiah. Look at this here. This is a great fucking poster. I'm the prophet, I'm the messiah. I mean, I don't know what the difference is, but I assume that we're basically, you know, some people might say that we're the antichrist of gaming, but From Software, after realizing they can reuse animations from their new Elden Ring game. Oh man, wait till you see the new video. We really put it on blast, and if they defend it at that point, they're just fanboys, you know. If they're gonna call me a hater, I'll just roll with that. I don't care. Call me a hater. Do what you want. But you know, look, I'm gonna call you a fanboy if you can't objectively, you know, meet world class halfway on these facts out here. It's really as simple as that. So, Elden Ring fanboys, yeah, I mean, it probably is a live look at the Elden Ring fanboys. We deserve better as Xbox fans. I love Xbox, but I do not want DRM in my console. Well, you bought the wrong console, because if you buy a Series X or a Series S or any Xbox, you have to be online to even start the goddamn thing up. Otherwise, you won't even get into the menu screen. That's a true fact. PS5, you don't. So if you care about DRM, don't buy Xbox. Just subscribe to Game Pass and use your old PC or play through the cloud browser. That's the best advice I could give you there. All right, I don't know my facts about Elden Ring. Someone's seething there. PlayStation versus Xbox. And that seems like that's it for the latest updates. Again, if you want to participate here in this little community that we got going on so far, that's where to go. And it's got to look like that with the underscores. Michael underscore does underscore life. That's the official one. There might be some other that claiming that they're official, but you'll know that you're at the right place because, well, it's got to look like that. And again, the chat bot should be putting the link in the chat every so often, so be on the lookout there. But we're going to go ahead and get back to calls here. 818-284-4568. We got to start moving because it's getting fucking cold and the wind isn't helping. And there's snow on the ground now, so we're trying to, like, you know, doesn't matter how many layers you have, folks. It's just the reality of the situation as we continue to unfold and unpack. We're 1 month from Dying Light 2, and they have nothing to show for. In fact, the only thing they showed today for Dying Light 2 on the 1 month time frame here is it running on an RTX card. You know, but they've been doing that since basically the inception of this fucking game. So, massive red flags. You know, you could sit there and say they're going to show old gen footage, but they don't have a specific date. They're reluctant to even, like, update us on anything. They're reluctant to be transparent. Like, dude, I want the game to be great. I want it to be fantastic, but I've seen this time and time again, and very seldom do they come out of these predicaments in a sense where they're going to succeed. Because look at Battlefield 2042. They didn't show off gameplay much for that thing. It took them a long time before they pulled the curtain back, and then it was a massive shit show from day one, at least according to the Battlefield fans. Hello, you're on the air. Oh, please be ready, folks. Please be ready. I'm trying not to be crabby out here, but it is fucking cold, it is windy, and if people are not ready, and if people cannot support the show, then we will stick to our regular upload schedule as opposed to going live, because we can't go live every day these days, because that's Mother Nature's decision. And when it gets super fucking cold out here, and when it's trying to snow 24/7, it ain't making my show any easier to produce. So, again, you can call in right now to discuss the reality. Keep sharing the damn show. That is how you help support the show. If you cannot through Super Chat, you share the show. You know, I mean, let's go. Come on, chat. We're live. Hello, you're on the air. Alrighty. If you're not ready, dude, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm getting a little upset with that. So Like, you're not going to waste my time out here, folks. I can make it a short show. I can make it a long show. We got the battery extender. We're all good to go for a long show. It's just, are people ready? Is there enough demand for the show to produce it? Because otherwise, we're not going to ship the bananas to the grocery store if ain't nobody buying the fucking bananas. That's the reality of the situation. So you got to get them here. You got to get them on the line. We got a big situation out here. 1 month until Dying Light 2. 0 gameplay footage of this game running on any console. It's not just last gen. It's literally on the screen, folks. And by the way, that tweet has over like fucking 50 retweets, which is great because that helps out the show. And that helps out what we're trying to discuss, because we want Dying Light fans. We want Dying Light fans to really get the best, you know, but I don't know if that's the case. Hello, you're on the air. Come on, guys. Hello, you're on the air.
What's up, you fucking fat ass?
Shut your mouth. You know, I mean, get a life. I don't got time to play games out here. If you're going to play games, you got to get more people in here, okay? You have to move the wheels. This is the last time I'm answering this call. If you can't get it through, we're going to block you. I think we're going to block you. Too bad. You're going to have to call in from a different number, because you know what? You're wasting my time. It's fucking cold out here. My feet are literally in snow, okay? Doesn't help with the temperature. Guys, hypothermia, you know? I mean, you guys will love to support other shows, but you can't support mine. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I mean, if you could see, the snow is literally blowing. I know you guys can't see. We need a 360 fucking camera, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, we can continue to move forward in a way that makes sense, but my God, no one, go home, Michael. They want me to go home. They want me to end the show. There's no demand for this show. Why would I supply the bananas to the grocery store when there's no fucking demand? Guys, you have to wake up and smell that coffee, okay? You have to understand that this is the reality of the situation, okay? This is why we do members-only chat, because the other chats is too fucking toxic. But it's either a dead chat or a moving chat, somewhat moving chat. Guys, I'm trying to get people on the line. 818-284-4568. Call in or don't, okay? I'm trying to stay warm out here. We're going to continue to move, got to continue to talk, got to continue to go. And if you guys aren't ready, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I'm ready. I've been ready to do this show since day one. I don't have the audience, though, for it. So, you know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Hello. We got a brand new subscriber. That's what we like to see. Some new people on this fucking bench out here. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go.
Mate, guys. Bye.
Absolutely not. I don't got time to waste out here, okay? I mean, you know, what do you want me to tell you, okay? We're going to close the lines down if we can't handle it. We're going to close the lines down if we can't handle it. Hello, you're on the air.
Subscribe to David Hinkle. Subscribe to
you might. Actually, he puts out, I'm not going to lie, like, he just gets right to the point. Within 10 seconds, you get a video. Hello, you're on the air.
What's going on, Michael?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. You tell me. Have you been watching the show? Listen here. Well, I don't know what to tell you. We're out here. It's freezing cold. I'm not in the best mood, but you know that's because of the weather.
Yeah, I know.
Nonetheless, hello, you're on the air. You got a question or comment for World Class? How are you doing?
Ice the Wonder,
look, let me ask you this. What is this tweet
chat.
about?
Dylan is cringe. It's over. Bear.
No,
bear,
I didn't. I didn't hang up on you. Okay.
Bear,
I don't know what you're asking.
Bear.
Alrighty, you're not ready. We're gonna move the wheels. Hello, you're on the air. Alrighty, hello, you're on the air. Here come the zoo animals. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous out here. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. This ain't no fucking circus out here. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. If you're not ready, don't call into my show. You got to be ready immediately. The call is going to be ahead of the stream. If you're new to calling into the show, the call is going to be ahead of the stream. Let's go, chat. We're live. One in the chat. Let's go. Let's get it moving out here. Hello, you're on the air. If I'm moving, you're moving. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. All right. One more shot. We're going to give you one more shot, buddy. You got to stop listening to the stream. You got to listen to the call, okay? There's a delay between the stream and the call. You got to listen to the call. The call is ahead of the stream. Please. Hello, you're on the air. All right, you're not ready. We're going to move to someone else who is. Hello, you're on the air.
I know that.
Absolutely not. You're going to be blocked. Hello, you're on the air. All righty, a big block list here today. Didn't think we'd have to do this, but it is the reality of the situation. Nonetheless, hello, you're on the air with world-class veteran video game critic. What is your name? Where are you calling from? You got a question or comment for World Class? You're not ready
yet.
either.
Yeah, Michael, the wind's pretty bad over there, huh?
Not really. I mean, it could be way worse. It's actually really sunny out here.
Hello?
It's all CG from the metaverse. Okay, you're not ready. We're gonna move the wheels. Quit talking about the situation out here, okay? Quit talking about how I'm doing.
Oh, Michael,
no one gives
how's
a fuck.
It going,
Just
buddy?
quit.
You know,
Hello, you're on the air.
I see all the red flags. I've seen the reviews.
And I gotta say, man, I'm still gonna give it a shot. Like, what else can we do at this point?
But I don't think you should. I mean, look. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Are you playing it on PC? I'm sure the answer is yes, right?
No, I'm playing on PS5 actually.
Okay. Well, there's no gameplay of PS5 as of this show. Now, granted, as soon as tomorrow there could be gameplay, but right now there's not.
Yeah, I know, man.
Snoopy
I just feel like there's nothing else to be said on it. Like, this is as real as it's going to get, you know. We're saying it could potentially be a totally bunked product. You know, obviously, all these red flags are pointing out. But, like, what else is there to do? What else is there to go? I mean, they're going to launch it, and then they're going to fix it, I guess. Like,
well, we don't need another situation like that. We don't need a roadmap. We don't need this roadmap to fixing the game. It should be ready day one, and if it's not, well, then that's bullshit. Like, I mean, this game has been delayed already. It's already gone gold. I mean, there's no excuse not to show gameplay at this point. And, you know, they said it's coming, but again, they're being vague. They're being not very transparent. So.
I might be a rare customer. Like, I got to agree with you. I agree 100%. I agreed on Cyberpunk. But I still played Cyberpunk, and I sat through the glitches, and I still got some enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, but
you played
it on PS.
Like, I know it's a broken game.
You played it on PS5, so. It really depends on your income. I mean, gaming these days depends on how, you know, if you're wealthy or not. I mean, that's really where we stand right now in the current era.
That is a good point.
Well,
that
more
is a
so
good
than
point.
ever
I
before. More so than ever before.
Yeah, does have
more so
an
than ever
effect
before.
on.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for talking over. Hello, you're on the air. I mean, if you want your own show, do your own show. Okay, you're gonna get 20 viewers. Go on Twitch right now and get 10 viewers. I guarantee you won't even hit 10 viewers. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go. I don't got time out here. You got to get the point out. You got to get the question out. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air. Support the show if you can. Let's move the damn fucking wheels out here. Hello, you're on the air with world-class veteran video game critic Michael Bugs Live.
Everyone best show.
Hello, you're on the air. Why is there a delay? Hello, you're on the air. Let's go. Get off the Xanax. Thank you. You're not ready. We're going to move to someone who is. Hello, you're on the air. The trolls are ready. I can tell you that right here and right now. Every time the trolls call in, they're immediately moving. They're immediately saying something, and this guy hasn't said anything because maybe he's waiting for me. Nonetheless, hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael. I completely agree with the last caller about, you know,
why are you guys? Why are you guys satisfied? Hold on, let me ask you this. Why are you guys satisfied with them not showing gameplay? Like, why is that even in your brain? Like, don't you want to see what this game has to? Don't you want to see how this performs? Why do you think digital? Okay. I just don't have time to play, you know, back and forth out here. I can barely hear the wind's fucking. I mean, I'm sure you can hear. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. You're not ready, so we're gonna move to someone who is. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go. I need one person that's fucking ready out here, and I need him loud and clear.
Oh, Michael, hey, don't worry, brother. I'll bring you more bananas.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something. I'll tell you. Holy shit, we out here moving. Already. Well, he was ready. See, some people can be ready. Hello, you're on the air.
Oh.
Yeah, hello, you're on the air. Woo. Woo! Hello, you're on the air.
I wanted to talk.
I mean, I can barely hear people out here. You gotta be loud. I got 2 fucking layers of hats on, bro.
Sorry. So yeah, I wanted to talk about like Dying Light. Yeah, I get it. Like, there's no gameplay footage.
Yeah, but you're playing. Let me ask you this: are you playing on? Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Really think about it.
Are you playing on PC? That's why you guys don't care, and you guys are playing on PC. That's why you don't care, because I guarantee you that's what's happening out here. That's why everyone doesn't care because they're playing on PC.
Well, I have a laptop. I do have a laptop.
Right. Well, what have you pre-ordered this on?
I didn't pre-order it, but I will buy the game until I see last gen footage. I will say that. What you're saying is right. They need to show last gen footage to convince us console players to buy the fucking thing, and if we buy it and it turns out to be crap, then yeah, we'll have some problems.
I mean, it comes out in 1 month, and there's literally no console footage at all. I mean, I have asked the Discord; they have confirmed to me that there's only PC footage, and those people in there are experts. They collect data and you know do dumb shit like that, but. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
well, I mean, look at Cyberpunk. I mean, they did show a PS4 Pro gameplay, but it was heavily doctored. They showed a car like moving very slow throughout Night City, and then everyone was like, "Holy shit, it runs great on PS." So if they do something similar here with Dying Light 2, then you know that something's definitely up. So it really depends on how they show the gameplay too. Because if they're going to show little,
I get it. Yeah, you have your doubts. Like after fucking Battlefield 2042, how that shit turned out, I get how everyone has their doubts. Like it's like a cyberpunk curse. That's what everyone's
It
calling
literally
it. It's
is. I mean, it's not
for like games like
the way the marketing with this
What?
is. I mean, this is more similar to Cyberpunk than any other game. You thought Battlefield was bad. You thought Grand Theft Auto was bad. Right now, I am convinced that this is the next Cyberpunk, unless they can prove me wrong. I mean, look at what they did today. They put out RTX ray tracing gameplay. Hey, you got a 3080, 3090, 3070? Well, here you go. Dying Light 2 runs decent on here, but we can't show you the game running on any other fucking platform. Like, okay, that's alien. You might as well just say PC only at this point because you've done fucked up.
Okay, well, yeah.
PS5
But yeah,
fanboy
but like I
donated
said-
20
like I said
Swedish
before, like,
krona
it's a-
through Super
it's
Chat.
a big-looking
It's
game,
over.
and it needs
Cyber
to
being
be
like
optimized.
two
I get it, yes, no gameplay
does
footage
live.
yet, but it's this January, and if they can fucking squeeze out a little bit of footage, then maybe they got like maybe they can convince me. I don't know, but at least they
Well,
can
it
just show
really,
like 5 minutes of
to
gameplay
me, it
footage.
really. I mean, the longer they wait, the more of a problem this is. Because if they're going to wait till the very last minute to show off gameplay, and then everyone says, "Oh, I'm going to keep my pre-order locked in," I mean, that's a huge red flag. Now, if they come out as soon as tomorrow, or later this week, or next week, or just sometime, the sooner the better, right? That's the message here. The sooner the better. If they're going to show off gameplay, and they said they will, but we don't know the extent or the specifics. But the sooner they show off gameplay for Dying Light 2, the better position that we're in. But the longer they wait, the more
Yeah.
concern that grows. The more concern that grows, the longer
Yeah.
they wait. So if they don't show off gameplay anytime soon, and they wait till the end of January, and this comes out, mind you, February 4th, the early February, not like Elden Ring where it's late February.
Yeah.
We're talking early February.
Yeah.
We don't have much time left. So if they wait until the late portion of January, I'm concerned still because they can doctor footage. I mean, they've already doctored footage. I mean, all the footage you see is doctored, right? They choose what goes out, right? So I don't know. It's just one of those I just feel like this is going to be a situation.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not. I hope it's not. I'm not out here like playing doom and gloom. Like I want Techland to succeed, and if this game is great and I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize and say, you know what, holy shit, I was totally off base here, and I'll buy the fucking game day one. But I mean, not everyone has a high-end PC rig, and as such, I think a lot of people are going to experience something that maybe. Maybe that, it's not all that it's cracked up to be because, look at the PC requirements. You need a pretty fucking beefy rig to do 1080p with ray tracing involved. So, and who knows?
Right.
Who knows if those PC specs are spot on? I mean, look at Cyberpunk. They acted like you didn't really need a high-end rig to play Cyberpunk, but you fucking need a high-end rig to play Cyberpunk. I can't even play it out on here at 60 frames. And I got a 3050 Ti, I got 16 gigs of RAM, I got a Ryzen fucking 7. Like, that's not enough, then what the fuck is? I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen,
I do agree with everything you're
Yeah.
saying. Like,
Cole
you have
donated
concerns after like all these fucking games in the
$1.99
past.
through
And,
Super Chat.
and I will
more
say this,
so-
if they
more
don't show
so-
gameplay now,
GTA
or
this
they
year.
fucking show the end of fucking February, then I might not buy it. I'm being straight up with you. I might not buy it.
Well, I mean, look, if you got a high-end PC rig, I think you're going to be a little bit, you're going to be on the good side. Obviously, the game's still good. We're not even talking about bugs. We're just talking about like performance and just, sort of those things. But if you factor in how buggy it's probably going to be day one, because, well, why do you think they delayed it? Because they wanted to get that day one patch out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you for calling in, man. Thanks for calling. We're going to move the wheels. Hello, you're on the air.
All right, so I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, you got your red flags here about no console footage, right?
Yeah.
Just in general. So, I want to start with next gen, and then we'll talk about old gen. So, what are you worried about for next gen specifically, like PS5, Xbox Series X, and X?
Well, I'm not really worried about those consoles, but I'll tell you what, I'm worried for those people that don't have those consoles. I'm the voice of the voiceless out here, basically. I mean, I'm worried for the people that are still stuck with PS4 and Xbox One because, believe me, this shit is not gonna. I guarantee it. Like, there's no way this game is going to run decent enough on. It's going to be another Cyberpunk in the sense that, okay, if you're rich, you got a decent experience. If you're not rich, you're gonna fall victim to a shitty product. And that's probably just not going to be fantastic. Now, I'm not, setting that in stone. I mean, look, if they pull the curtain back and they surprise everyone, then I'll, have to apologize. But look, we're a month away.
Right. Okay.
We're a month away, and there's no gameplay footage, okay, on any console.
So then my next question then is, if you're not worried about next gen footage not existing.
Well, I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried about all of it. But you know, I know because I'm not a dumbass that you know it's going to run better on PS5 and Series X, right? But to what extent we don't know. We don't know how buggy the game's going to be day one. We don't. There's a lot we don't know. There's a lot of mysteries. I mean, this is an open world game. You know, there's bound to be fucking bugs. There's bound to be performance issues. And you know, again, the longer that if we're still out here talking about this next week and there's no gameplay, massive red flag. I'm sorry. Gameplay has to come out sooner. The sooner the better. The sooner the better in terms of gameplay. Like you have to show this game off on fucking consoles.
We can assume a decent bit of how buggy the game is based off of the footage we saw from the creators who flew out to go play the video game.
Well, yeah,
the game itself, the build they were playing was 2 months earlier than
Oh god, here we go. Another battle. Here we go. Another Battlefield sort of says, oh, you know, the beta's 2 months. The beta's 2 month old build. You know, I mean, come on. How many times are we going to hear that just so they can save face?
The version of the game they were playing was a version of the game in August.
Lucas Sims donated 5 Canadian dollars through Super Chat.
Why show that
My
off?
lazy
I don't
millennial
understand.
cat had kittens, so I named one Kino and one Comfort.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We're trying to have conversations out here, and people are disrupting. Hello, you're on the air. Let's continue. They just disrupted.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that's 6 months out from the release. So, I mean, that's a half a year for them to just polish bugs from that gameplay we saw.
Yeah.
And what, it was a month or two ago they announced it was it had gone gold, and that's why they delayed the game, to focus on just bugs, right?
Right, probably that day one patch that's going to be vital. Like I mean, that's probably going to be able to remove the health bars and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, they already said the whole UI is completely customizable. You know that we could turn those off if we want and everything. And then as far as PlayStation goes, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, right? Obviously, we're worried because we don't know how the game's gonna run.
Well, we don't. To be fair, we don't know how it's gonna run on any console. I mean, we could assume it's gonna run better on PS5, and obviously it will. It's just more technically advanced than any fucking, the next gen consoles are more technically advanced than the old gens, obviously. But at the same time, I mean, there still could be crashes. I mean, look, Cyberpunk ran at 60 frames, day one on fucking PS5, but it kept crashing every 30 fucking minutes, so it wasn't even playable. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen here, but again, the longer that January cruises along here and they're silent about this, like, we have to start barking even harder because it's just not fair. Like, you have to show this game running on non-PC, non-high-end. All we've seen is high-end PC, high-end PC, high-end PC, high-end PC. Now, they have said, the journalists have said that they played it on PS4 Pro, but it's a limited version of the game. It doesn't have characters, no missions, and it was like one little portion of the fucking map. So I don't know how anyone can come out of there and say that it runs great on PS4 Pro when they didn't even play the final, like, not even close to the actual game, because they weren't even in, like, the fucking most taxing areas, which is, of course, the big fucking Night City bullshit. That looks like Night City.
Right, but we are going to see that this month, though. Before
yeah, but we don't. Yeah, but that's what they have said. But we don't know to what extent, and I don't know what old gen means. The guy just said old gen. Does that mean just PS4 Pro and Xbox One X? Because if that's what they're going to do, then that's a massive red flag. Because that's exactly what Cyberpunk did, and they showed off little chunks of PS4 Pro footage and Xbox One X footage, literally late November into December, and December is when, of course, the game launched. So if this is how they're going to do this, then it's just a massive fucking issue. Because I could see a red flag a mile away. Now, if they show off, this motherfucker running on, basically what these developers and publishers need to do at this point is just mock Digital Foundry to assure the customer that, okay, this is how it runs. I mean, that's what they're going to have to just start doing, because we're in a predicament and we're not going to be changing anytime soon. People are stuck with PS4. PS5 is still hard as fuck to get. Series X as well. GPUs, that's just a nightmare as well. So, I mean, this isn't changing anytime soon, and they're just going to have to get smarter about and more transparent, more likely, about how they kind of showcase these games, because it's just not. I mean, if they want to go down the Cyberpunk route again, they can, but I wouldn't recommend them to do that. And it seems like they're following those footsteps a little too closely.
Techland as a whole is nowhere near non-transparent. They've been very, very transparent with us, especially with the other complaints such as the UI and whatnot. And now, they are saying that they're coming out with last-gen gameplay, and just like you're speculating that it might just be PS4 Pro and Xbox One S, I can also speculate the same, that it will also be base consoles, such as the base PS4 and the base Xbox One. I mean, I feel like, especially with all the people coming out saying that they want those footage specifically, they will provide. I think could be useful, especially with a company that's never fucked us over before.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard this. I've heard this about CD Projekt Red. I mean, it's the same fucking script. You know, CD Projekt Red was for the consumer. They said, you know, we love gamers. We're transparent. We don't lie about our product. We don't do this. We don't mislead. We don't miscommunicate. And look at all that fucking bullshit. And now here we are 2 years later. Cyberpunk Samurai Edition's coming out, or whatever the fuck, maybe. And, you know, they're going to relaunch the game. That's the rumor right now. So, you know, it took them 2 years to get the goddamn game to where it needed to be. And we don't even know if that's going to be the case. We don't know anything about that. But that's just all word from 4channel. So, you know,
CD Projekt Red. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't think there is a difference. I mean, I think Techland is holding back, and I think they're holding. I mean, look, the creative writer, he got fired, didn't he, or he left the project? Like there's been developmental hell for this game. It's been delayed. I mean, look at the marketing for this game. It's literally Cyberpunk, bro. It's Night City Wire Episode 1, Night City Wire Episode 2, Dying to Know Episode 1, Dying to Know Episode 2. It's the same fucking thing.
Because the marketing is the same doesn't mean the game is going to be the same.
Well, look at Battlefield. Look at Battlefield. 2-month-old build. We've heard the same story. 2-month-old build, and look how that turned out. And I'm not saying, you know, look, I'm not saying that this is set in stone to be a disaster, but right now, more confidence is growing the longer that they wait. If you can't tell me, and look how they updated us in terms of like I had to dig to find that information from some community manager on Twitter. It was never on their official Dying Light 2 page. So, and I found a tweet from May of 2021 where they said that they have, you know, basically optimized this game. They said they deeply care about last generation. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If the game comes out on January 4th, it's January 4th right now. Sure, they got a lot of time to fix this and show us this game off in a way that makes sense. And if they do, holy shit, I'll be fucking very surprised. But right now, knowing what we know about the games industry, knowing what we know about this game, in terms of, you know, the developmental hell, the fucking writer leaving, all this shit, like, it's just lining up to be in the path of what Cyberpunk did. Now, will it be as big of a disaster? I don't think anything could be as big of a disaster as that. But this is a taxing game, and we know that based off of the PC specs. Dude, if you want to run this at 1080 with ray tracing, you're gonna need something fucking powerful. I can't even run this at 1080 ray tracing. I got fucking up-to-date shit. This laptop cost me $1,100, and that doesn't do it. Like, okay, the game's not optimized well then. So, based off of the PC specs,
Techland and CD Projekt
I don't think there is. I don't think. Oh, let me ask you this: Who did the Switch port? Was it Techland themselves, or did they outsource it?
It's very windy. What was the question?
Well, it shouldn't be that windy, bro. Maybe this is picking up the wrong mic. But who did the Nintendo Switch version of the Dying Light port? Is it Techland, or did they outsource it?
Are you asking Switch?
Yeah. Nintendo Switch Dying Light. Who did the port? Was it Techland, or did they outsource it?
Who did the port?
Yeah, there's a Dying Light Switch version, and it just came out.
Yeah, I don't know who ported it.
Okay,
that's what you're asking.
Well, I mean, yeah, we are using the wrong. Oh shit, we okay. Let me know if you can hear me a little bit better now. Can you hear me a little bit better?
That is much better, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was on the wrong fucking thing. It was on the goddamn. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah, I can't even hear the wind anymore.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah. Okay. Should be much better now.
So yeah, I'm not sure who ported the Switch version, but what I was saying was that with CD Projekt Red and their Cyberpunk disaster, yeah, I mean, they promised everything. Like you're saying, it's very similar, but they didn't have a Cyberpunk IP before Cyberpunk, right? They did stuff like The Witcher, a very different game, you know, with a very good.
Yeah, but it's still on the same engine. They still had experience with open world. I mean, it's not like they did linear than open world. I mean, sure, it's totally different in terms of the IP, but you know, it's like going from Dark Souls 3 to Elden Ring. Like From Software, I mean, they know how to do those games now. I mean, they know how to do them too well. In fact, so well that they're just reusing animations. But that's a whole nother fucking video. So you know, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're like Cyberpunk totally, but I mean, I'm seeing way too many similarities to say that isn't the case at this point. I mean, you know, we're 1 month away, and it's not just last gen footage. I mean, that's the big kicker here. No one's listening. Like there's no footage. Like there's no footage of any console.
Yeah, right, and they said that's coming though. and it is coming. And like you said yourself, you say any console, but you said yourself that you're not really worried about next gen, such as the PS5 and Xbox Series.
Well, I mean,
right? So like that. I mean, they said there's going to be 3 settings on that, which will be
Lord.
the performance mode, the quality mode,
yeah.
and then a 4K mode, right? And quality and 4K, I believe, run at 30 FPS, and then the performance mode runs at 60 for next gen, right?
Well, that's what they're
And
saying.
then,
I mean, CD Projekt Red said a lot of stuff too. You know, I mean, you know, they could say something, but if you're not showing the product, then it's a scam. Like that's exactly what it is. You don't buy something that you don't know what it looks like. You don't go to Walmart and buy something without seeing what it is or seeing, you know, something of it. I mean, you know, it's a month away. It's not, we're 2 months away. We're not 3 months away. We're not, that'd be dumb. Then you can call me out and say, okay, this is ridiculous. Just hold your fucking horses. And I know gameplay is coming, but the specifics of that, the vagueness of that is just PR. That's all that is. It's just PR. It's just, I mean, look, I'm not saying there's not gameplay coming. Obviously, there's gameplay coming. The guy fucking said that. He's not going to say something. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. I mean, they said, you know, CD Projekt Red said on Twitter that you know, the Cyberpunk ran well on last gen consoles, and did it? No, it didn't. So, you know, I mean, I can't do this again. Like I can't sit out here and say, you know what, Techland, you know, they're not they're not CD Projekt Red. You know, I can't sit out here and you know, I'm not trying to be cynical, but my fucking God, the game comes out in a month, there's no fucking console footage. Like, I don't care about this damn thing running on a 3080. I don't give two shits because I don't have that shit. Like, very few people do, according to the Steam data. They got, what, a 1060 with 6 gigabytes of fucking VRAM? Like, that shit ain't going to get you anywhere in 2022. So, and we don't know how it performs on next-gen hardware. I mean, obviously it's going to perform better than last gen. I mean, that's just how it. There's no game that runs worse on PS5 as opposed to PS4. So obviously it's going to run better on next gen. But I mean, it still could be a bad situation. We just don't know.
So let me ask you a few things then, like personal questions about how you feel about the game, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it won't be able to hit 60 FPS on, say, a PS5?
No, it won't. Look at the PC specs.
Okay, so you're saying it will not hit 60 on a PS5?
Well, it depends. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a mode where it dampens the graphics down, but
yeah.
Well,
it's performance.
I mean, it probably will, I guess.
Like,
maybe I'm wrong on that. I guess it might, but, you know, at what cost? That's the question. Because, I mean, look at the PC specs, bro. Like, they're not talking about 1440p resolution. They're talking about 1080p resolution. So if we're just going to talk about 1080p in 2022 and you need like a 2060 and up just to do it potentially at that you know, resolution and all of that stuff, then my God.
Well, again, that's natively, and you actually mentioned it earlier. They just dropped a trailer about RTX and DLSS.
Yeah.
Right, and the upscaling will very much affect that, especially for consoles. I mean, that's going to help a lot for consoles. The upscaling modes with ray tracing and everything, and the specs they showed us is the game running natively without DLSS. So. If you did not want to use any upscaling, that's what those things are for. So that's why a lot of people with a 1060.
Right. Yeah, but with Cyberpunk, I mean, you could still barely hit 1080-60 with shit hardware. I mean, with the DLSS on as well. I mean, it's just one of those games, you know. And I think this is the same thing. I think it's the same fucking thing, man. I'm seeing this too often. It's just one of those games, very demanding, and as such, it's going to trickle down into the other consoles. I mean, if you have a fucking 3080 and it's not running well on that, it ain't running well on anything. You're fucked. Like, you know, I mean, if it ain't, and you know, I mean, again, it's just the silence that is speaking for the product at this point. Like, the longer we go, like, I just don't know how we can defend this at this point. You know, I mean, it's 1 month away, and they want you to pre-order. The marketing is exactly like Cyberpunk. I mean, to a T. And it's scary. It's eerily fucking similar. And I just think, you know, we're barking up the wrong tree here with this fucking game. And my tweet is getting traction. Let me see how many fucking retweets it has. So people are starting to like maybe wake up a little bit. I'm not saying this is guaranteed to be the next Cyberpunk or it's guaranteed to be a massive failure. But right now, there's not much confidence in it leaning the other way. Because, you know, I mean, it's not going to be a lock 60 frames on next-gen hardware. I know that. Unless you turn off all the fucking bells and whistles.
So, all right. So 2 more things. For one, I just want to point out on PS5, I am fortunate enough to have gotten a PS5 myself. A lot of the games, like the more modern releases, have a lot of different quality modes, right? And it'll say like performance.
Yeah, I know. I know. I got a PS5. I got a Series X. I got everything. But it's not about me. It's not about the minority here. It's about the majority. And the majority of people that are playing this are probably going to be playing this on a base PS4. That's the most popular console still as of this show.
Yeah.
So
I was just saying that on those next-gen consoles, I truly believe that if you want it to run at 60 FPS, there will be an option for that, and it will scale, dynamic resolution depending on if it needs to or not, depending on the area, like the bigger maps and whatnot. And then my second thing is just a question, right?
Yeah.
For you right now, because a lot of people had issues with the game before, such as like floaty parkour, the UI, maybe gameplay mechanics, like the mods on weapons, factions in the game, whatever the case is. Is your biggest issue right now, like for you personally, that you'd say if you could fix one thing, would it be seeing footage on last gen, or just making sure the game runs on last gen, or are you worried about the game itself? Like,
well, I'm worried about a lot more than what we're talking about out here, but I'm focusing on the elephant in the room right now, and that's that there's no gameplay of this running on any console, and we're a month away. So, I don't understand. I mean, this is worse than Battlefield almost at this point. I mean, the Battlefield beta came out 1 month before the launch, right? So we got to play that fucking piece of shit, 1 month out, and this is Cyberpunk again. I guarantee it, man. This is Cyberpunk again. If you got high-end hardware, you're going to be great. You're going to love it, okay? Most people don't. And as such, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club of experiencing just an LOL situation where it's like, holy fuck, we got another meme game on our hands here. And I'm just talking about performance. I'm not even talking about, what they said at E3, what was it, 2019, where they had the old guy who got fired or he left or whatever the fucking story is because of the Me Too movement or whatever. But, he basically said, every decision matters and all this shit. And I feel like that's going to be dumbed down a lot as well. So that's another Cyberpunk situation where it's like, okay, we're going to overpromise, then we're going to underdeliver. And, again, it's just that everything is aligning up to this being the next Cyberpunk. I mean, more so than not. I mean, the game's already won awards. The game has already won awards, just like Cyberpunk did. And the fucking thing isn't even out yet. I don't understand how we can, I know that gets thrown around a lot in the next Cyberpunk, but I mean, this is literally more so than I've ever seen. And it's not just because, the similarities are just crazy. It's just really insane. But again, if tomorrow they show off gameplay, old gen, and this is why we're doing the show, we have to keep barking because if we don't bark, then no one cares. Granted, to be fair, no one gives a shit. They want to go out and spend, buy, pre-order. Why would you pre-order a game when you haven't seen it? You've seen it running on RTX, NVIDIA, high-end shit. That is not what it's going to run like on other fucking systems and platforms. And not to mention the bugs. The bugs are, Jesus Christ, can you imagine? Can you imagine what this game is? It's been delayed, development of hell. I'm not trying to be cynical, but at the same time, it's hard not to be because all the signs are there for this to be a massive disaster, the first big disaster of 2021.
Well, I want to ask you one more thing. Let's see. When it comes down to what is your most pessimistic outlook on its release, and what's your most optimistic look? What do you think is the worst, and what do you think is the best case scenario for this game?
Well, the best case scenario is it's another Dying Light, and it's. I just think it's going to be more of. I don't have much hope for this game, to be honest. I really don't, bro. Zombie corpse dismemberment is gone. Come on. You can't even that alone is just stupid. It's just dumb. Okay, guns were in the first game, and I know creatively they might have an excuse for that, but okay, we're downgrading at this point. That's what we're doing. We're downgrading. If you can't chop off limbs of the zombies when they're on the floor, I'm out. I'm sorry. Shut the game off. I'll buy the old. Do you have footage?
There's footage. Yeah, there is footage.
Well, then why are people saying? Yeah, but I'm talking about after the zombie's already dead.
Yeah. It's weird. So because they specified that it's less of you attack like anywhere. It's the limbs.
Okay.
Like,
Well, then that's a downgrade because if I can't do what I did in Dying Light 2 and it's not as impressive, I mean, I'm gonna go buy the first game. I'm gonna go buy the fucking first game, and that's like $2, right, on Steam or something. So, like, I mean, that's the problem with this shit. It's like, how many times are we gonna come and here comes along a big sequel, big promises, every decision matters, it impacts the entire story, the narrative, all these choices. Detroit Become Human 2.0, but with zombies, Dying Light, Techland, this, that, and the third, and now we're getting into the situation. 1 month, no console footage. Like, it's hard to be optimistic out here. It really is. I mean, what are you excited? What are you excited for with us here?
What am I excited for?
Yeah. What's floating your boat with Dying Light 2 so much?
Well, I remember when the first game released and how excited that got me and how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that was like fucking.
It was
the first game. Now, granted, they have been supporting that game for a long time, and that's great. You know what I mean?
It got an update like a week ago. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fantastic. But they might have to they might have to keep the team on that one because hey, that might be the better version of the that might be I don't know.
Think so?
I have a strong hunch here. I mean, if you can't even if they can't even update the Dying Light 2 Twitter and saying, hey, like, okay, we're gonna show off. Like, I have to go to like some community manager that has like 1,000 followers to find this information. Go to some Discord to find this information. Like that's already bullshit. Like, if they're not gonna be upfront and transparent, like they didn't mention this in the Dying Light 2 to Know episode. It's not like they said, oh yeah, by the way, we got some old gen console footage coming, so stay tuned and subscribe to our channels. No, they didn't say that. So now we're having to go through some community manager that I had to dig for this information, go on these, like literally dig. And I mean, look, they could say it's coming, but it doesn't sound like they're confident because if they're just going to lay out information like that, relay information like that, and they're not going to update the official Dying Light 2 Twitter that has the most fucking followers, then it's just a big red flag already in and of itself because, to what extent is the old gen gameplay going to be shown off? And what consoles, how is the footage going to be displayed? Is it going to be, cut, 10 seconds of footage here, 10 seconds of footage there? I mean, there's too much vagueness going on right now with the entire situation, and it's just a massive red flag. I think it's just PR talk, and it's trying to keep people from getting all crazy. And sure, you could say I'm cynical, and maybe I am, but I can't help but look at this in this way because of what Cyberpunk and all these massive disasters have been delivered. Look at Battlefield. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto. I mean, how many games are coming out these days where it's like, okay, it lives up to everything that they said it was going to be, and it's actually ready day one, and you don't have to look at a roadmap. Like, I have a feeling they delayed the game so they can actually plan out a fucking roadmap. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. And it's a single player. It's a single player game. So.
Yeah, I have one more question for you before I head out.
Yeah.
When this game does come out, if a lot of the things that you said could happen, such as it not running on PS4 or it might not even hit 60 FPS on PS5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I said that, I was thinking of locked 60 frames, and there's no way it's going to be locked. So that's what I meant when I said it's not going to hit 60. I meant locked 60.
Well, if all of these things, if these things do come true, then congrats. You warned everybody.
Well,
right?
and I'm just trying to help a lot of gamers that don't see just start seeing it like this. And I know it's cynical. I know it's hater. Right. I know it's not. I'm not hating the game. Like I want this to be great. That's why I'm talking about it. But I mean, again, the more time that goes, the more time that progresses, and the more quiet they are about this shit, and they keep showing off PC footage and all this stuff, and it's like RTX on, RTX off. Like, come on, it's just getting to a game where it's becoming a game in and of itself. But if I'm right, if I'm right, then I guess I'm right. I mean, I'm not trying to win trophies out here. I'm just trying to help gamers.
So my question then is, if you happen to be wrong about a lot of things, right? Yeah. Will you admit that?
Yeah. No, I'll come out of the woodwork and I'll say I was very surprised. But believe me, this ain't gonna be all that it's cracked up to be, at least in certain aspects. There's just no way. There's no way. Based off of how they've handled it already, there's no way. But look, I cross my fingers and I hope for the best. I know you're a big fan, and there's many people that are big fans, and that's why they don't like me, because they think I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. Like, I want this game to be great, but I'm just pointing out the elephant in the room right now. And sure, gameplay is coming. We know that. But I mean, not everyone does know that because they didn't update the Dying Light 2 Twitter. They had some community manager from Techland come out of the woodwork on his 1,000 follower Twitter and say, oh yeah, by the way, gameplay's coming. It's like, well, not everyone's going to get the message. And if you're not like confident in sending that message out, like, that already speaks volumes. Like, they don't give a shit. I'm sorry. Like, they don't get any, I've heard he's already said that gameplay was coming soon, like back in last year, and they didn't have any dates. No dates. We don't know when it's coming in January. What do you mean you don't know when it's coming in January? Like, bro, the game comes out in a month. I want to know what I didn't buy the game, but because I'm not stupid, I'm not going to pre-order this game. And that's the problem. People pre-order. They just say that sends them messages that they can get away with this. It's not about, like, we have to stop this from happening within this industry. Stop releasing broken games. Stop releasing games that are unfinished. Stop releasing games that are over-promising and under-delivering. And I'm not saying that this is set in stone to, play out this way with Dying Light 2, but right now, again, you look at the evidence, and it's just eerily similar to Cyberpunk. Eerily similar. And it's not, that doesn't bold much confidence. Doesn't bold much confidence.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate you.
Fun talking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, brother, it's looking chilly out there, man.
Oh, yeah. It is the coldest day that we have been live thus far, and there's no support here today. So, that is just the way the cookie crumbles. They want you inside, and they want you shilling the product. So
yeah, absolutely, sir.
It's sad.
I recommend while you're out there, just keep those legs moving a little bit. Maybe
yeah, well, they're already getting numb. I'm not lying. Like, I got
create some friction.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're gonna.
But speaking of friction, dude, if I could just say this real quick before starting off, for those who don't know and can't hear, all you lazy millennials out there, Alana Pierce and Young Yeah right now, all you trolls, they are ringing the bell. I don't know if you heard, and they're calling you back to eat their slop. Okay, so yeah. But anyways, besides that, dude, we must be living in a Pavlov's dog experiment, because it's these same people, right? We've seen it time and time again between CD Projekt Red, everything that you've been saying, right? You've illustrated the facts that right now what we are is conditioned to just slobber over the lazy millennial dev product and just their format of proposing
like
their product.
I'm done playing the game wait and see. Like, wait and see, Michael.
Yep.
It's like, dude, we've already done this too many times. We have, how many games have come out last year that have been disasters? Like, way too fucking many. Like,
too many.
To think that this is not going to be a disaster is just silly. It's just just you're a fanboy and you won't admit it. Like, the evidence is there. The creative writer has left. He either got fired or he left because of the Me Too movement or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he wrote the whole fucking game. So did they undo all of his work? I mean, what's going on there, right? That's a big fucking concern. Okay,
dude,
the promises at E3 2019 that every decision matters and every decision is going to impact the entire story. And then if it turns out that it's not like anything that they made it up, then it's another fucking Cyberpunk of over-promising, under-delivering. Okay, we don't know what it looks like on console. We have not seen any gameplay console footage. I don't know why people think that we have, and I'm not just talking about old gen. I know it's supposedly coming, but he only did say old gen footage is coming. So if they're not even going to show this shit on PS5, well, we need to see it run on everything. Like, I mean, yeah, it's going to run better than PS4, but look, I will be fucking shocked. I will poop my pants if this game turns out to be a fucking success. I mean, in terms of it performing well and delivering, I will poop my pants because I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I got the diapers ready.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if that's the case and that's what that leads to, I could see you over 600 viewers. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'll admit that I'm wrong. Okay? But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. When they're memeing, we're 1 month out from Dying Light 2, okay?
Yeah.
February 4th, January 4th right now. We're 1 month out, and they're memeing on Twitter. They're posting irrelevant fucking shit on Twitter like, oh, look at this image right here. Oh, yeah, this is how it runs on RTX. Like, you're not addressing the elephant in the room.
No, and that's the
Dexter
thing.
donated 109 Norwegian krona through Super
turning the
Chat.
cheek and really trying to ignore this and sugarcoat the whole situation. We've seen the confetti. We've seen the early.
Like, I'm not a hater, and I'm not opposed to people liking the game. I'm not saying you cancel your pre-order, do what you want. It's your choice with your money. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you can't see the red flags, then you can't see them. It's just that's the way it is, and I can't convince you. I'm not trying to convince people to hate the game. There's no hate out here. I'm just passionate because I care, and I get worked up. I get heated up because, well, first of all, we have to. It's fucking freezing balls out here, and second of all, yeah, well, it's the way it is.
Well, dude, I mean, hey, whether you're world class or myself or anybody else, man, I mean, we'll say that we're wrong. If that's the case and we're wrong about this product,
I mean, like I said, if I'm wrong, the shit gonna come out of my pants. Cause, like, bro, the likelihood of me being wrong with this situation here with Dying Light 2, again, it's the next Cyberpunk. It has it written all over it.
Dude, just for even what they've shown for the PC alone, man, isn't enough.
It's already doctored. It's already edited.
And I would.
Did you notice what the caller said? He said it was a 2-month-old build. Have you heard that before? Look at Battlefield.
Crazy,
Battlefield's a 2-month-old build. That's what the Battlefield fanboys told me because I played the beta. I said it was shit. I said it was absolutely garbage. And they were like, oh, Michael, that's a 2-month-old build. Listen to EA and DICE. Listen to EA and DICE. And look how Battlefield turned out. 2-month-old build? Did it save it? Hell no.
No.
That's spaghetti code. That is spaghetti code.
Yeah, dude. And I would sit here and I would say, like, hey, I mean, this would piss off a lot of people, but maybe perhaps the lead game designer should come out and maybe take back his words and perhaps actually go through with postponing this game. I mean,
this needs to be delayed. Absolutely.
But see, the thing is that yes, they are only a month out. I mean, dude, back in November 16th,
it's not like we're 2 months out. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we were having this conversation 2 months ago, then it would be a little silly. Okay. Yeah. But I'm trying to get Techland moving. I'm trying to get their third-party PR or whatever the fuck they work with. I'm trying to get them to say, let's go. Put pressure on Techland because we want to be transparent here about this game, how it performs. And I know a lot of people are privileged and they have high-end hardware. They don't give two shits. Well, that's great. But not everyone's in that same boat. And as such, I'm here for the voice. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and I'm here for the gamers. I'm here because they need to show this product off, and it's not fair. It's just not fair. Oh, but Michael, they're showing it off. Yeah, but to what extent? How much gameplay are we getting? What consoles are we don't know. It's all a big mystery. Hey, guys, I work for Techland, and, no offense to the guy who's doing his job, but, like, it's his vague, mystic fucking, not mystic, but it's vague, cryptic fucking PR talk. I've heard that shit time and time again at E3. Yeah. It's like, gameplay's coming, but we can't even give you a date on when gameplay's coming. Like, if you can't even give me a date on when gameplay's coming, well, then it's already fucked. I mean, that tells me everything. If you can't confidently say that this is when gameplay is coming for Dying Light 2, and you can't put it out on the big social media fucking Dying Light 2 Twitter, then what are we doing? Because I had to dig for that information. I had to dig for that information, go to like the community manager for Techland. Like that's how I heard that.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I apologize for my dogs if you can hear them in the background. Even they're pissed about this whole Techland situation. But dude, no, we've hit the nail on the head. Like, we would say that would be a good idea probably for them to postpone it. Okay, this isn't going to be like Kingdom Hearts 3 or anything like that.
Even if it performs at 60 frames, even if it runs well on high-end hardware, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be buggy. Bugs are totally separate than what performance means. So again, it could be like Cyberpunk where it's like buggy as fuck, but it performs decent enough on the high-end hardware that most people are going to sit through it because they're brainwashed. That's just I mean, man, if they come out tomorrow and deliver gameplay and they do it in a way that makes sense, I will be very shocked, and I will say, you know what, maybe I was wrong. But, I don't see that happening anytime soon. If they can't even come out of the woodwork and the community manager give us specific dates on when old-gen gameplay footage is coming, well, that means they don't have a plan. That means they don't have anything concrete, solid, in terms of, okay, we care about being transparent. Everyone's like, oh, Techland's not CDPR. Techland's not bullshit. Like, what? Like, look at the Dying Light to Know episodes. Like, bro.
Yeah.
They're just talking.
Exactly.
Show very little show. Dude. If you can't show the game, you fucked up. You fucked up.
And that's all that, like, right there. That is, like, it's cool that they're doing that, correct? Like, but however, it would be great if it was under a different circumstance, a circumstance in which they can build confidence with us, the consumer.
all the people that went to go play this early, they played it on the Techland high-end PC rigs, and now they're coming out, they're saying, well, it ran great, and all this stuff, and I played a little bit of it on PS4 Pro, but did you really play the PS4 Pro version? Because it doesn't sound like you did. You played the PS4 Pro version of what they wanted to show you in this limited area without characters and without missions. Okay, that's not Dying Light 2. That is a build of what they want you to show, so that you can go back and write about it. And it is a circus. That's what this fucking industry is. It's a goddamn motherfucking circus. And they are. I'm getting too worked up out here, but I care. That's why I'm getting so fucking worked up. It's not hate. It's not blind missing. It's like, dude, please show the fucking game. That's all you got to do.
people should be sick and tired of going out and buying a product that is not finished. Okay, like when you
No,
go out
they
there,
don't
you
care.
buy a
They
car,
just don't fucking care. They'll pre-order the next game. Battlefield flops. They don't give a shit. They'll pre-order Battlefield 7043. You know, Cyberpunk flops. They'll pre-order Witcher 4. They'll pre-order Cyberpunk 2. Nothing has changed, and that's the fucking biggest bullshit issue with this shit. Nothing was learned from the disaster of Cyberpunk. Nothing was learned from the disaster of a Battlefield. Nothing was learned from the disaster of GTA. Nothing was learned. No one cares. That's the truth of it. That's the unfortunate side of it. No one really cares.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And
No one really cares.
like I was trying to say, dude, is that like whenever people go out and they buy a car, sure, you might have a recall later months down the road, but when you get a recall on a video game on day one on a product that they put out and they've tried to put the illusion in front of you that you can be confident in that product, it's a complete act of distrust. You know, I mean, look back in November, okay, when the lead game designer came out and he was asked blatantly, hey, there's concerns, even with the consumers. Are you guys going to postpone this game? And he said zero chance. He's full confidence, everything.
Yeah, if they're so confident in this game, what pisses me, I don't have the tweet up here, but, you know, maybe I can pull it up here in a moment, but holy shit. You know, what really just pisses me off with this situation is like, okay, we're so confident. Let me see if I can pull this up because I did retweet this here. But, you know, it's literally, it's Cyberpunk, man. Like, it is literally fucking Cyberpunk. Let me see if I can find this tweet here. Hopefully it's not, we tweet so often it's not even funny. I mean, we got to let people know the reality, and it's one, here we go. This is from May of 2021. Okay, May of 2021. Let's see if we can get it full screen here. Right here. Okay, so this is a load of bullshit, and this is what pisses me off. And I know it's bullshit because I'm not naive. And you know, look, pessimistic, cynical, whatever. I'm not a hater. Believe me, I will pay money for this game if it is ready day one and complete and it fulfills everything that I need it to fulfill. But we have a lot of time. Well, we don't have much time. But here's the thing. Let's go ahead and read this right here. Okay, so this is from the Dying Light official Twitter. This was May of 2021. Okay, May of 2021. May of 2021. That's a long fucking time ago.
Absolutely.
It says, the old gen have long been our priority. We make every effort to ensure that the game's quality on PS4 or Xbox One is at the highest level. We started testing on the older generation consoles much earlier, and now someone's trying to call, so they fucking cut that off there. Got to move it over here. We started testing on the older generation consoles much earlier than in other projects, and if you switch to the new gen, you get a free upgrade. Okay, if this is the case, and this is bullshit because I know it's bullshit, because if this is the case, then where's the gameplay? We are 1 month from the motherfucking game releasing, and you're so confident in the game on PS4 and Xbox One, yet you don't want to show it? Huh, no, that doesn't make sense, and that's a red flag. It's a red flag because it doesn't make sense. When something doesn't make sense, it's not true. When something doesn't make sense, it's not true. This doesn't make sense. Where is the gameplay? If you were so hell-bent and confident, and they were so keen on the old-gen version running so goddamn well, then where is this game? On any fucking consoles. Where is this game? It doesn't exist. It's a fucking RTS exclusive. Might as well just say PC only for now. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck the money. You care about the gamer? Fuck the money. You know? I mean, it's just ridiculous. So now they're going to have to, you know, I mean, man, this is going to be retweeted a lot when this game comes out February 4th. You know? So just bookmark that tweet right there because, well, screenshot it too in case they delete it. Because I'm telling you guys, like, I'm sorry, but like, there's no way. There's no way. Look at that. Look at that line right there. That's literally something that CD Projekt Red would have said. Because they're for the gamer. They're pro-consumer. They care about you. Yeah. And look how that turned out. And, you know, when we see this again and again and again, I mean, this is literally a copy and paste of what CD Projekt Red would have wrote last, you know, in 2020, like October of 2020. Oh, yeah, it runs well. They literally said something similar to this, like, yeah, it runs well on last-gen consoles. Just believe us, trust us. Oh, yeah, we made The Witcher, but, you know, we can't fuck this one up, can we? It's like, yeah, guys, we get it. Dying Light, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully after this, man, because we all know that, I mean, dude, it's not gonna work, man. And maybe to the best for this developer, maybe the best thing that could happen is maybe they just need a reality check. I think maybe this is what is needed for the company. So, you know, are they going to get are they going to get the roadmap ready? Is that why they delayed it? I think they delayed it to get the day one patch ready because that's basically essential. If you try, can you imagine playing this game without the day one patch? Oh, bro.
Oh,
it's going to be
bro.
bad.
And even with the day one patch, I mean, look at what Cyberpunk. They said the day one patch was going to fix everything. They told me out here when I had Cyberpunk early, oh, Michael, just wait until the day one patch, Michael. Wait until the day one patch. Did that change anything? No. We're here fucking 2 years later, and Cyberpunk is still a fucking mess, depending on what platform you're playing it on, and, you know, subjectively in terms of what was promised and what still isn't there. But that's a whole other fucking discussion.
And, hey, bro, I'm afraid that we're going to be here months down the road, 6 months down the road, talking about this like we're talking about CD.
Well, I mean, I hope not. I mean, look, I mean, this isn't as hyped as fucking Cyberpunk was, but you know, it's still something to play in a drought right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I just don't know, dude. It's the game lead designer really shot himself in the foot by coming out to the forefront in November, dude, and saying that they were not going to postpone it. It would have been probably in their best interest and in the consumers. But I got a question for you, Michael. What have you been playing lately?
Nothing. There's nothing to play. There's nothing to watch. I mean, there's plenty to watch, but I mean, there's just no motivation. There's no incentive to watch or play any of this stuff. You know, I mean, I'm out here, you know, giving people the reality, and basically is essentially a mini blizzard out here. It's literally 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably, 0 Celsius? I mean, it is fucking blustery. It's cold. It doesn't feel like that, I'll tell you what. But, you know, I mean, there's just nothing to play right now. There's there's nothing that grabs me. This industry it's stagnant.
That's unfortunate.
And they say I'm a fake gamer. It's like, no one's a fake gamer. It's just I need something to play. As an older gamer, you're gonna have to hook me in, and it's been a long time since I got hooked in. You know, so
that's unfortunate, but I can completely understand. Hey, man, it was a pleasure talking to you, dude. And hey, nobody here can go 12 rounds.
They certainly
with world
can.
Class.
I mean, they certainly can.
It's over.
It's over. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. All right. So someone was trying to call in. You can call back in because that guy's done. Low support here today, which is kind of surprising. Not sure what's going on here, but nonetheless, hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael. So let's say it does come out. The gameplay comes out tomorrow. It looks amazing. The game comes out. It's flawless. Performance is great. I don't think you should still apologize because at the end of the day, because I mean, this is unacceptable. They accept pre-orders 10 months before showing gameplay. It's not even about the performance at this point.
It's more about exactly more about the principle. I mean, look, it depends on how they show it. If they show it in like 10-second chunks, then I know something's up. Like, you know, I'm not looking for. I know I'm not going to get unedited gameplay, but if you can show it to me in a way that makes sense, that's like, okay, here's like a 30-second chunk of gameplay of it running on base PS4 or PS4. It's going to be PS4 Pro and Xbox One X footage. I guarantee it. There's no way that they're going to show this because they're going to showcase the best version. That's what they've been doing. Why would they change that? They've been showcasing the best version of Dying Light 2, which is running on RTX fucking 3080, 3090, whatever the fuck, probably, right? That's what people played for the most part when they went to these preview events. So they're going to continue to follow that trend and showcase the best version of this running on old gen, because that's what the community manager said. He said old gen. He couldn't even specify, what does old gen mean? Does that mean the entire palette of old gen consoles? Does that mean base PS4? Does that mean PS4 Pro only? Does that mean Xbox One base? Does that mean Xbox One X? What does that mean? See, this like, we can't be transparent. That turns me off to your product. And I know this is how the games industry operates, but it's getting old. We ask for transparency. If you ask for our money, then I ask for transparency. And if I'm not getting that 1 month from release, then what are we going to do? If we're still out here 2 weeks, like, I'm going to melt out here, bro. If I'm out here this time next week and it's the same situation with no gameplay on old gen footage or whatever the fuck they got planned, then we got a massive problem on our hands. I mean, honestly, the more time that goes by, the more concerning this situation becomes.
Yeah, I agree, and they will never be transparent because they're just trying to sell you a product, and you know, I bet they already have a huge day one patch and DLC coming.
Well, if they're not going to be transparent about the product, that speaks volumes. If you're not, like, imagine, I don't even know, but like imagine like, you know, I don't even know I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like, in real life, you don't buy a product if you don't, like, you don't go to someone's garage sale and say, oh, yeah, can I see that right there? And they're like, no, you can't see that. It's like, well, I want to see it before I buy it, see if it works. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you buy an electronic device, like at a garage sale, and they don't let you plug it in, you don't fucking buy it. I mean, unless you're a dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, imagine buying a phone.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of the same situation where it's like, okay, they want you to buy this game, but they're not going to like put it in the console and show it to you in terms of how it runs or what happens. Like, well, then I it's ridiculous.
It is. And
holy
the only
shit!
reason they're getting away with it is because these naive people on Reddit are pre-ordering it on their base.
Well, they just say I'm a hater. I hate everything. I'm pessimistic. I'm cynical. Well, maybe I am a tad bit, but I can't help but be. As an older gamer, as someone who's been through the fucking colossal failure that was Cyberpunk and all these other games that just keep turning out, and all these games that just keep coming out unfinished and optimized on even high-end hardware, like it's just getting old. How much more money do you have to sink into this fucking hobby before you're satisfied? You know, like the next-gen consoles, I mean, that's a scam too. I'm sorry, it is. The next-gen consoles suck balls. It's horrible. There's no games. There's no exclusives. There's no outside-the-box thinking with these developers. There's no, there's nothing with this industry at this point. It's a fucking shell of its former self, man. And it pisses me off.
There's no passion product.
There's just nothing. NFT this, metaverse that. It's all fucking horse. It's all horse.
It's all a product. They're selling you.
Oh, that's why you literally have to do your research. And I'm not even a big fan of indie games. I'm not honest with you. Like, I don't like a lot of indie games. But at least the intent is there for them to just make a great game, a great video game. That's all we're looking for.
Yeah, and it's so incredibly sad that I don't think that
the context alone of Dying Light 2 speaks volumes to where we're at right now. That's what has led me to this point of being so cynical. Michael, you hate everything. Oh, Michael's just a troll. Michael, this is bait. It's like no. We're trying to help you, the gamer, from making an informed decision on the product that you may or may not have already purchased.
Yeah, they're too emotionally attached to think objectively. That's just what it is.
Well, that's why the funeral business is so fucking successful. That's why the funeral business makes just God's, amount of money. Because, the emotional attachment, it's literally a scam. It's like, don't you want to bury your loved one and have the big $20,000 casket? Well, I mean, hey, wouldn't Harry like that? Harry just passed away on his couch, and you know what? We loved Harry, so let's get him the best casket, but now we're in debt. Okay, well, then we've already fucked up there. It's like Harry's gone. Harry's passed. I mean, yeah, you want to, have a great showing for Harry, but my fucking God, we don't need to go all out like that. So, that's what this business rides on too, just emotion. It's like, guys, if you're a fan of this game, I don't dislike you. I love you. Dude, I want to play Dying Light 2 and I want to have some fucking fun. Let's go, baby. Let's slay some fucking zombies. Let's fucking move throughout the goddamn city. And it looks, by the way, like Night City. You got Panam in there. You got Night City. Oh, my God. It's over, bro.
Whenever you say these things, it really is over. But when you say this thing, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your approach, how you talk. I don't know what you've said in the past, but they don't take me seriously if you're speaking.
Well, I mean, it's either people listen or they don't listen to me at all. And I'd rather have people not take me seriously and listen somewhat, or just be totally irrelevant. So we have to do what we have to do. But at the end of the day, I care about these games that I talk about. If I didn't care about Dying Light 2, I wouldn't cover it. I would stick solely on Elden Ring. But I honestly care more about Dying Light 2 and the situation that's growing here with Dying Light 2 as opposed to Elden Ring. Elden Ring is just another fucking From Software game that gives you more of what you love. Then that's all it's designed to do. But this over here is potentially, keyword there, potentially the next Cyberpunk. It's got it written all over it right now. Now, if they can turn the ship around and surprise me with the goddamn golden ship, I mean...
Ice
we'll
the One
see.
donated €2 through Super Chat. Katana Zero is awesome, Michael. Check it out. Bear. Moon viewing ceremony.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you for calling in. We're going to move the wheels out here. Hell yeah.
All right, moving the wheels.
Hell yeah, take care. Hello, you're on the air. Holy shit, is it freezing? That's fantastic. Don't call back into my show. Don't call back into my show because you can't handle it. They just can't handle it out here. What do you want me to tell you? Like you want me to be excited for Dying Light 2? I mean, I am, but not in the way that most people are. Hello, you're on the air.
Honest, Dying Light 2 is just going to end up being a...
No. Hello, you're on the air.
I'm screaming, Michael. I'm screaming.
Tell someone who cares. I don't care. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, what's going on, man?
Well, we're
if
out
you remember
here.
me from the other day?
Oh, you're the Dying Light 2 guy?
It might be.
Okay, well, hell yeah.
Okay, so I do have a couple points to bring up here. You were talking about the how Techland has been. You know, we had the other guy earlier come on and say Techland's been pretty transparent, and you know, really, there's a huge problem I've been seeing over the months. Techland seems to not want to put stuff out like officially. I guess you probably noticed that by now, as I've heard you talking here.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff we get is basically just from the community manager, and I think this is because some of the higher ups basically just put out or tell him to say what they want people to hear, I guess.
Well, yeah,
So
he's just doing his job, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it just seems like red flag after red flag. You know, I mean, at this point, we're 1 month away officially, and it's just, well, hey, what do we have today? A 30-second RTX clip? Okay, cool. Do we go out and buy the new 3050? You know, I mean,
I've thought about that as well.
Jesus Lord.
I mean, I did the math here, and to hit RTX 60 FPS on PC on Dying Light 2, I mean, if you were to build your own PC, it would be $3,000 just around there.
No,
That's
there's
if you
no
build it.
way, bro.
I mean, if you can even get your hands on
3,000?
a 3080s are going for $1,600 right now.
Wait, you're telling me
$1,600 on eBay.
for 1080p? Well, yeah. Well, then yeah, you're screwed. You'd have to buy a pre-built or a laptop.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Then it ain't worth it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. See, this is the predicament that we're in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everyone's like, well, I got a PS5. I got a 3080. Oh, I don't care, Michael. It's like, dude, I got some of those things too, right? I got a fucking PS5. I got a Series X. I got a 3050 Ti that I'm using right now to fucking do the stream. But here's the thing, bro. Like, it ain't about me or about the privileged gamers. It's about the minority that are going to be stuck with the PS4 and base Xbox One, and as such, we need to know what it looks like and performs on those consoles. And oh, it's coming. Like, we're 1 month away. Like, are you really going to wait until the end of January to pull the curtain back? And how are they going to show this? How are they going to present this gameplay? 30-second chunks? I doubt it. You know?
I hope not.
Oh
I really
my
hope
God,
not, but
bro.
Like I was saying before, I think the community manager is doing his best here. But once
Yeah,
again, like, in the past, we've even seen,
I'm sure there's a lot that he wants to say, but he can't, to be honest. And I get it. You don't want to lose your job. You know, you got to stay in line. But you know, it just sucks for everyone involved.
Even before, like months ago, we got you remember the 15-minute raw gameplay. Half of it we showed off like some cinematic stuff, and half of it was actually gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, he let us know months before, like not months before, but maybe a couple months before, we're working on getting you guys some raw gameplay. He was saying, like, at that time, we're trying to get some, I'm heavily suggesting we get raw gameplay and old-gen gameplay, stuff like that. So it just seems like it's so slow. Like, Techland is so slow with getting stuff out like this, and there has to be a reason.
Well, I you know, if you put it out right now and people dissect it and it's not where it needs to be, and it'll they don't want it to cannibalize pre-orders. They don't want it to cannibalize pre-orders. So as such, you wait until the because no one's really barking about this except me, like maybe a few other people, but not as hard as I am, right? And because no one cares, like everyone's just satisfied with nothing, and I don't understand that. Like if I go to the grocery store and they have a big, you know, billboard of a watermelon out front, and then I get in there and it looks like shit. It's like, well, then that's false advertising. You know, it's like, well, shit, I'm disappointed. So, like, just show me the game. Just show me the game and stop being, like, cryptic about things. Like, oh, yeah, we got old-gen gameplay coming, but we can't give you a date. Sometime in January. What does that mean? You might as well have said nothing because they didn't say anything with that. It's like, it's just trying to, like, it's just PR.
And I'm equally disappointed with some of the people even in the community, to be honest, with some of the, I don't want to say ignorance almost, but like if you go to like even any Twitter comments about the game, any comments on YouTube, people are saying like if you have to get it on PS4, you should just wait. There's no point in getting it. And why would you expect your hardware to perform good?
That's what they told me about Cyberpunk. And
it's like going to the gas station. And there's spoiled milk in the glass container, and they tell you have to wait for a new shipment. I mean, They're selling the product.
Oh my God, it is. I mean, it's like we're not trying to be negative, and you know, like I just can't help but like look at it from this perspective because you know, how many times are we going to go through these disasters? I mean, how many times are we going to go through this to learn that maybe it's time to slam the brakes on before, you know, we go out and buy the $200 collector's edition, right? Because if you give them the pre-order, they have the message that they have succeeded. You know, it's like, why we pre-order? What is the incentive to pre-order? The skins? The fucking skins you get for the character or whatever?
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't understand as well. They sold like the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition is $80.
Oh.
You get one DLC, you get a bunch of cosmetics. To actually get both DLCs, you have to order the $100 version.
Oh, Lord.
I thought was a little.
Oh, God.
I thought that was a little outrageous, but you know.
And the health bar thing too. It's like. I mean, I guarantee you got to download the day one patch to get the health bars off because that was a problem. They said, you know, everyone's like, oh, we don't want the health bars above the zombies. Well, I mean, that they didn't just magically change. Like the game went gold, like fucking at the end of November. So
yeah.
Well, then that means
I think
the master
it's funny
copies.
as well with
that's
the
it.
health bar thing and the UI, the health bar thing. That got addressed so quickly from Techland, very quickly, and I know people were pushing hard against that. I didn't think it was the hugest deal because we still don't have any gameplay.
Yeah, there's way bigger concerns. There's way bigger concerns. Maybe
exactly.
they're trying to get some goodwill.
Funny how they addressed that so quick. Yet old gen gameplay people have been asking for months since pre-orders, and we still haven't.
Oh my God!
And there's nothing.
Yeah,
right?
like and the fact that like. This information of old gen gameplay is coming, but it's not coming from the Dying Light 2 social medias that actually have followings, but more so like the community manager guy. Like the way they're like that's like it just shows me they're not confident in this game.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like if the Dying Light 2 Twitter updated, like maybe you know, and they said, hey guys, you know, we know you're concerned about old gen or not. Well, they wouldn't use that terminology, but you know, hey, we got some old gen gameplay of Dying Light 2 coming next week. Here's the link or whatever. Here's the countdown. Whatever the fuck. Like, well then, okay, we can see that.
That's exactly what it should be.
Exactly, but it's not, and as such, because it's not, I am concerned even more now because now we're getting it from the community manager who has like 1,000 followers. It's like, okay, who is this information for? Like the people that actually care anally about this shit, like they're anal about like the nitpicks, like I don't understand, man. Like the whole way they're going about
this. That's what I'm saying. That's why everyone who like follows the Discord and the community manager, they're like, Techland is so transparent, when in reality it's like, who has access to this information about old gen gameplay besides people in the Discord of Dying Light 2 or like maybe following you or me? I mean, like.
Well, I mean, hey, if you agree with me, they're going to label you as a hater and they're going to say you guys hate the game. You want it to fail. I mean, it's like, no, dude. No one wants this shit to fail. Like, no one's a hater around here. We're brutally critical because we care. It's called a food inspector for gaming. I come in, I sample the product, and I tell you the reality of the situation. Is the chicken up to where it needs to be in terms of the temperature? Is it raw? Is it cooked well? Well, all this stuff. Like, I have to, this is, because someone's going to dissect it if I don't. It's like, if we wait until the game comes out and then dissect it, it's already too late. It's already too late because they've already made the money. See what I mean? And I'm not trying to say cancel pre-orders.
People have definitely been critical of me for like covering stuff like this. It's like they assume I do it for views. It's like, okay, I had one video here where I talked about last gen gameplay, popped off, got like over 10,000 views. But besides that, I mean, the way to go if you really want views is to not really to call out stuff like that. It's really to be positive.
Yeah. Just go with the flow and agree with what everyone else kind of believes and thinks. I mean, that's why movies don't try to piss people off, because they want people in the seat to go buy the damn ticket to the theater. They don't want to piss people off, and as such, that's why it just kind of conforms to the overall thought, the consensus of whatever it's doing. So. Look, I like if we're out here next week, okay, this time next week, what is today, Monday, Tuesday? I don't even know what the fucking day is, Friday? Okay, next Tuesday. It's Tuesday right now. If we're out here November 11th and there is no gameplay, it's just a lost cause at that point, Like, I'm not saying there has to be gameplay this week, but, like, we got to get an update at least. Like, okay, this is when specific dates are. Like, please. We just can't. I mean, January is going to fly by sooner rather than, then you know it. And as such, like, February 4th.
There's just no reason we should have already had this planned out months ago. I mean, in reality. I mean, you can't tell me at Techland they didn't realize when they released pre-orders that people were going to be barking about last gen gameplay.
And it just doesn't make sense because of this tweet here that I have on the screen. It says the old gen. You know what? Have you read it on the screen? It says
exactly.
the old.
And that's what I'm talking about how Techland. I mean, that's probably just something he was told to say because the community manager also. I mean, I don't mean to sit here and. So I've talked to the community manager a minimal amount.
He's just doing his job. He's just doing his job. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm upset. I'm upset with the kind of cryptic nature, but that's just how the games industry works. So it's no hard feelings with the community manager. It's just like I just wish more transparency were here, especially since we're so close to release. 1 month. I mean, there's already gameplay footage of Elden Ring running on PS4 and Xbox One. Like, they've already had the technical test, so there's footage of that running on, like, all the fucking platforms or whatever the fuck, right? I think, anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. But, like, I mean, they've already had a technical test. Tons of footage is out there. Like, you can see the game for itself, right? But this, you can't see anything, at least on console. Nothing.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even just old gen footage. It's like there's no footage of this on console at all, and people are just saying old gen, old gen. It's like I'm not just talking about old gen. Like there's no footage of this running on any platform. Do they have a partnership or something with like Xbox?
I don't think so. They've done a lot
are
of
the
stuff
marketing
at
or something?
E3, Xbox in the past, but don't believe so.
Well, they did choose to show it off there, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they showed off at E3.
Then maybe. Yeah, well then maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know what the case is, but when they say they have old gen has been the priority. Yet here we are 1 month from release, and there's just no sign of old gen anywhere. And people have been asking for this. Like it's just the biggest turnoff to me. It's just a big turnoff. It's like if you were so confident in old gen, then what are we doing? Like what are we doing? Why are we waiting till the last time to ensure that it doesn't cannibalize, like it doesn't affect pre-orders? Because it seems like that's what they're doing. It seems like it's a big trick.
And it's like someone even in chat here just said, they added me and said, no dev shows old gen gameplay 4 weeks before release. I mean, then when do they show it? I mean,
when do they show it? I mean, I don't know what that guy's saying.
I mean, people have been making that argument, telling me it's not good for marketing or whatever. I mean, but if they really have been focusing on it, they come out with some solid gameplay. I don't see the issue.
No, in fact, it would be a positive. If they show off base PS4 and base Xbox One footage, and they show it off in decent chunks, and it's not heavily doctored, it's not heavily like cherry picked, that would increase. I would lose some of the skepticism that I have regarding this game, surrounding this game. So, in fact, it would actually turn me more on to this game if they came out and were transparent about the fucking product. But when you say things are coming and when you're like vague and cryptic and when you say you're confident and you're, last gen has been the priority, well then where's the proof in the pudding? You can say this until the cows come home, just like CD Projekt Red said all this crazy shit about all these. They even said Keanu Reeves played Cyberpunk. Well then Keanu Reeves comes out during the Matrix press fucking shit and says he didn't play the game. He didn't play Cyberpunk. So they lied and lied and lied.
Yeah.
They told you what you wanted to hear. And I'm so sick and tired of this industry getting away with that. I know people are doing their jobs and I know they're hyping shit up, they're selling the sizzle, but at a certain point you gotta show me the goddamn steak. Because as much as I like hearing that sizzle, I gotta see that goddamn steak. Because if the steak isn't where it needs to be, then it's gonna be like, okay, well, you didn't listen. So.
Yeah, it just does not make sense. A lot of people almost sort of defending like no last gen gameplay or no even next gen
I don't
gameplay.
understand. I don't understand. Is it just like the PC crowd that likes to talk about this? Because it's usually the case for a lot of these games. They play Cyberpunk only on PC. They play Battlefield only on PC. It seems like with this game as well. It's like PC. It's like the only people that talk about games are not console gamers online or something. I don't understand. That's why they don't care, because they have a 3080, 3090. It's like they got badass specs. It's like, I mean, if it runs like shit on those specs, then, well, the game is definitely in the shitter. But, I mean,
and the people I have seen that talk about, like, playing on PS4 online are asking, like, is there going to be an FOV slider? I'm like, most likely not. I mean, you think there's going to be an FOV slider on PS4 for Dying Light 2? You have to be out of your mind, right?
Yeah, holy shit.
I mean, come on. Like, what are we talking about here?
Can you imagine what I mean, PS4 Pro, they said in that one area where there's not much happening and there's no characters, no missions, according to Game Informer, on the PS4 Pro build that they played. Now, granted, apparently it was 2 months old from what I've been told now as of this show. But,
yeah,
like, that was at 30. That's PS4 Pro. Okay, let's take it down to PS4. PS4.
And even there, I've heard mixed things. Like other people who have played it are telling me there were missions on PS4 Pro.
Really?
The Game Informer guys saying there weren't. It's
well, I guess no one knows what they fucking played. I guess no one knows what they played, or what they maybe didn't even play. And I don't know. I mean, look, if they sent me out, like I would probably burn the bridge and come home and say this is the reality. I mean, if I played the PS4 Pro version and it wasn't up to par, I would say that, but then I wouldn't be invited back. And I'm not saying people are being disingenuous, but again, with the Cyberpunk situation, you know, everyone came out and said, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. It's just the game that we've been dreaming of for the last 10, 15 years. And then, of course, we all know how that game turned out. And some people like it, and that's fantastic. But, you know, the majority of people had problems. The majority of people experienced a game that they weren't promised. And I just hope that this doesn't happen here for Dying Light 2. But right now, like, dude, we're 1 month away. And tomorrow, we're going to be how many days away? Less than a month, you know? So
29.
Oh, my God.
Or 30 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, granted, if I wake up tomorrow and they got some gameplay and they show it all off on every console, I'll start coming out here and clapping. I'll say, holy shit, they did it. I was wrong. But until that day comes, and I don't think it's coming, then I can't help but come out here and just lay it out in this way. So, you know.
Yeah, and like Cyberpunk, a direct comparison to, I think I talked about this a little bit last time, but like, I played Cyberpunk. I have a 2060 Super. I mean, I had some bugs. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as last gen or console.
Yeah.
And it's like Dying Light 2 is rumored to have, from the creators, what we've heard them say, there's been some bugs in the build they played still. So it's like, when it comes to console, it's probably not going to be as mild as it was on PC. And they're probably playing on, what are they playing on 3080s probably?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, if they're going to invite creators to actually physically come to the location and play the game, they're going to have the best that money can buy in there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, man, this is just a weird scenario, a weird situation. And I really do. I am pulling for this game. I'm hoping that it just, because I need something to play in February. I'm not big on Elden Ring. I'd rather buy Dying Light 2. But I'm not going to pre-order Dying Light 2 right now anyway. It just doesn't make sense. It would be stupid for me to do that. I don't have it pre-ordered. And I don't suggest anyone that, I mean, look, if you got it pre-ordered, don't cancel it. That's your decision, your money. But if you're on the fence, I would wait. Especially if you're playing on console or you have an underpowered PC. There's just no reason to pre-order right now. We have not seen, you know, a look at the game on console. So, you know, it's just one of those situations.
I would just say if I was in that position on PS4, I would be having serious doubts with no gameplay, especially after what we've seen.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, PS4 still has the biggest install base on you know, of every console right now. Like, you know, more people have a PS4 than a PS5.
Yep.
More people have a PS4 than a PS4 Pro. That's just the reality of it, right? And
yeah,
as such, I think
people say,
yeah.
And when people say, like, oh, you just have to wait for a PS5, it's like, they're selling the game on PS4.
Oh, here we, yeah. I mean, this is a next-gen game. This is a next-gen game. It's like, dude, look at this tweet here. Like, anyone saying that doesn't even know what they're talking about because they need to look at this tweet, which is referring to this tweet from May of 2021. It says, old gen has been the priority. That's literally what it says. The old gen have long been priority. Have long been our priority.
They've been saying that for a long time.
Well, I'm tired of the talk. I'm tired of the talk. I mean, it's just a lie at this point. I mean, I'm convinced it's just basically a lie. Until they can prove otherwise.
I want to know who's going to be the first developer that comes out here and actually steps up and says, "Okay, we're done with last gen." I mean, we don't know how long the shortages are going to last.
Well,
I know there's still a lot of people on PS4 and Xbox One, but I mean, for the cutting edge technology in the gaming industry, I mean, who's going to come out and finally say we can't? It's too much time and development. We can't do it, you know? So we see it every year. I mean, I hate to leave PS4 players and other people like that behind, but it's like, if you're really going to come out here and make the next Red Dead Redemption 2, if you're worried about optimizing for PS4, is anyone going to do that? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, you know, it's a business after all. They have to generate revenue and they have to make profit. And how you make profit is you put it on every goddamn console available. And right now, the shortage of shit is probably going to get worse before it gets better, right? So, you know, it's not like you can just walk in the store and get that PS5. It's like, no, here we are 2 years later nearly. You know, a long time from launch. December of 2020 is when PS5 launched and Series X, right? And we're still not in the point where it's like you have to have, I mean, you got to have no life to get one, basically. You got to be on the internet all day and, you know, follow certain people and you don't be in the know. So that isn't changing anytime soon. And as such, these publishers, they want to make, you know, big profits. So they can't. They'll alienate too many people. If they did PC and PS5 and Series X only and Series S only, like the shit wouldn't sell. They wouldn't even break even. You know, the marketing budget alone would be way fucking bigger than the sales they make. So,
and
you know, it's just one
I
of
guess
those
for
things.
a recap here.
Yeah.
For a recap here, I think when we do get the last gen gameplay, because inevitably I don't think they can get away with just saying we're going to get it and we don't get it. I think it's definitely going to come.
Well, how long is the community manager? Didn't he make that claim a long time ago as well? Like he said it was coming. You know, I mean,
he's been saying. This is where I don't like to put words in his mouth, but he's been saying stuff like, I'm pushing for raw gameplay. We got the 15-minute raw gameplay shortly after that, a couple months after that. He said he's been pushing for old gen gameplay as well for a while now. So it's like,
well, if he's truly doing that and he has to push, like, I mean, what kind of industry is this? I mean, does he have to convince the fucking investors, the suits, or whoever, like, to say people need to see this? Like, is that what he has to? Is that his job the whole day? Does he fights for us?
That's what I'm concerned about. It's kind of ridiculous.
Just show it. You know, it's just not that hard. I already know what they're going to do. It's an exact carbon copy of Cyberpunk. Everything, the marketing is exactly the same. The dying to know. I mean, does anyone sit there and watch those? Like, they just sit around and talk about the game. They don't show the game. They show like 2-second fucking footage, little clips of the game, and they say you're going to love it.
A lot of it, even when they do talk about it, a lot of it is filler as well.
Yeah, just regurgitated information.
Yeah, a lot of it is repetitive and just filler.
Yeah, let me ask you one more thing. The zombie corpse dismemberment. Someone said that it's like more specific now in terms of where you can chop off the fucking, like, if I can't play around with the zombies after they're dead on the floor, like that was one of the cool things about Dying Light. You know, the zombie was on the floor, you could chop its leg off, chop its arm off, and see the dismemberment and see the blood on the fucking ground. That was like fucking cool. And you're telling me that they downgraded that? Oh, come on, man.
From what I understand, from what I've seen, just zombies on the ground, if you compare it from Dying Light 1 to Dying Light 2, trying to chop off like an arm or a leg on Dying Light 2 just looks, you can't do it when they're dead. It just doesn't seem like it from what we've seen.
Like, I'm not saying that makes
or
breaks the game.
That was one of the bigger downgrades that got pointed out.
Yeah, well, then there's going to be many more. Like, I mean, it's just like, why are we downgrading this? Like, we have better hardware now than ever. It's like, okay, maybe if it weren't the PC version, if it were like the PS4 version or the Xbox One version of the old gen consoles, like, I could see if it didn't work for those versions because they had to cut back on certain shit. It's 2013 hardware. But, like, bro, you know, like on PC and on next gen, like, you mean to tell me that Dying Light 1 is more advanced? Like, what are we doing? You know, I mean, I don't understand. This trend needs to stop.
Yeah. And if we want to talk about more gameplay stuff, I mean, about downgrades, I mean, from 2019, we already know the choices are the main one right there. They're most likely going to be downgraded.
Oh, yeah.
If anything.
I mean, I can't.
But also we have stuff like driving was said to be in the game at one point. That's been turned around. Guns got turned around. There was one point. There's actually a guy in the trailer that gets shot by a gun in 2019. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, no, bro, you're bringing... I didn't even know half of this shit. Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, Jesus Lord, you're opening up the can of worms out here. You know? Damn.
I mean, people can say I don't know what I'm talking about all I want in the chat, but it's like...
I mean, dude, you've been making videos on this longer than I have. I mean, you're the Dying Light 2 fucking guy. I'm glad we have you on board. And, you know, again, we're not haters. We're not, you know, maybe I'm anyway overly cynical, but, like, I just can't help but look at this in this way and this, like, realistic reality and say, where's this gameplay? What is going on with this game? 30 days, a month until release, and it's just a no-show. It's like they're promising things are coming, but again, you can promise me, like, you know, I mean, anyone can tell you in real life, like, hey, you know, you're looking for the grocery store. It's right around the corner. Well, you go right around the corner and it's not there. Well, then you've been lied to, you know. And I'm not saying they're blatantly lying to us, but I just feel like this is just a bad situation for this game and basically every aspect.
People even right now are telling me like driving was never in the game. Trust me, dude. You obviously haven't been long.
Well, I mean, my chat.
It was in the game at one point. It got taken out, got reversed.
Oh,
same thing with guns.
Oh, just like the wall running in Cyberpunk. Just like the wall running and the car customization in Cyberpunk. Holy shit! You know?
I mean, I don't know how much you know about wildcard factions. They were supposed to be like the smaller factions around the map that sort of affect your choices and everything. As to date, the last time we heard them talk about wildcard factions when it was in like 2019 when Chris was still in the project.
Oh well, you know,
And
that's
to this point,
that's
we have
definitely
like
a lost
the three
cause.
main factions. Besides that, I mean, it's seeming like they have been cut, the wildcard factions from the game.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that I'm disappointed about.
Yeah, I think hardcore fans are going to enjoy what Dying Light 2 has to offer. I mean, if you're a hardcore fan of anything, you're going to want more of what the original thing brought to the table, even if it is downgraded, even if it doesn't live up to the expectations. But you know, if you're not like a hard, super hardcore fan of this game, like I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they just need to come out of the woodwork sooner rather than later. Because again, if we're here next week and they're having these similar conversation and people are still defending it, like, we're just screwed. It's just a lost cause. Like, no one cares, truly.
Yeah, no one has any regard for this being like in the Dying Light 2 community. They have no regard for this as possibly going bad. They have no
I don't understand. Like,
Like,
I wish I were that person in terms of like looking at these games and not being sort of jaded. But like, dude, like, I mean, how many times are we going to have these disasters and then never learn from these disasters? You know, are they going to come out and say, well, we tried, and, you know, like, we're not hating. I'm not hating. I mean, you're not hating either. I know that, dude. You're a fucking fan, and you know, but they call us, I mean, they call me anyway, a fucking hater, and it's just, I don't know. Just show us gameplay, you know, and do it in a transparent way, and we'll have different conversations out here. Because, you know what I mean? Look, things have to get cut. We understand that, but, you know, is it a disappointment? Maybe. But, you know, there's some things we can forgive. What we can forgive is if, you know, them saying this. It's been our priority, and we're so confident in it. Yet here we are, 1 month, and it's just radio silence. Like, people, the community has to, the 5 people in the community have to like keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing in hopes that something can be updated here within this timeline. And it shouldn't have to be like that. It shouldn't have to be like that.
It shouldn't at all, no.
Not at this point. Not this close to release. If we were out here 2 months ago, then it'd be a little silly to come out here and bark. But again, time is ticking, and they're showing RTX.
Yeah.
I mean, today they showed off the NVIDIA stuff. It's like, well, it looks great on that, but like, for the 5 people that are going to play it on a $3,000. I mean, the PC specs.
If you build it yourself, that's the cheaper option, Michael.
Well, the PC specs to me are the big red flag. Like, I looked at those specs and I said, "Are you guys serious?" You know, I mean,
yeah.
Like, it just looks way too demanding. It's like, how much RAM do you got to have? 16 gigabytes of RAM? We're screwed. You know.
Yeah, and this is just want to recap quick here because we've talked a long time here about everything. I just think when the gameplay does come, you know, you're gonna see the editing possibly that might be in it. I hope it's not too bad, but if it is really short, only a couple minutes and edited heavily, I mean, I think we might have some problems, unfortunately.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at that RTX thing they put out today. It was like 30 seconds longer, like barely even a minute long.
Yeah, and they had a easy time putting RTX out. I wonder, with old gen, it's been a long time coming, so it's going to be interesting to see there.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's just one of those things. So here's the minimum system requirements on PC: ray tracing off, 1050 Ti. That's what they said about Cyberpunk. But if you try to play this on a 1050 Ti, like, they could say those are the minimum specs, but ain't nobody going to have a great time with a 1050 Ti. I got a 1050 Ti laptop, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't run. I mean, you got to turn that shit on like 720p low, you know, especially games like this. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous.
Just off of the paper, I mean, you see the 2060 right there. I have a 2060 Super. I mean, Cyberpunk performance on PC was so variable. Like, I was getting 50 FPS sometimes, 70 sometimes.
Yeah,
but this from the paper, it's shaping up to be performed just like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, recommended system specifications, ray tracing off. This is ray tracing off, and this is the recommended system specifications. 16 gigs of RAM, a 2066 gigabyte? Really? Like that? Those are, I mean, like, no one. That's pretty fucking. That's pretty demanding. I'm sorry. Like, not everyone.
It definitely.
Dude,
is.
I got a 3050 Ti, and it's worse than a 2060. It's got less VRAM than a fuck. I mean, now I got DLSS. Well, so does 2060. But like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah. I definitely expected it to be less demanding than this, to say the least.
Yeah, and who knows how conservative or in terms of how these specs are. Like, are they on point or are they exaggerating in terms of what you need?
That's what people are saying, like, oh, they're being conservative. It's like, I mean, how many excuses do we got to make here? They're being conservative. I mean,
oh my God,
I just don't like it.
I just think people want to be told what they want to hear, and anyone that goes against that thought process, they don't subscribe to it,
Exactly, and it's not like, I don't believe it's going to be a full-on Cyberpunk. I know you think there's a possibility there.
Well, maybe in terms of performance and bugs.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying it's going to meet it halfway.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll be closer than any other game before it, I think. I honestly do believe. I think Battlefield, might be, well, I don't know about that. But, I mean, recommended system requirements with ray tracing on. Yikes. 3080, 10 gig. Holy shit. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Ray tracing in 2022 is not even usable.
It was basically never really a thing. It was a meme. I never turned that shit on because until the hardware can reach a point where it doesn't even become it doesn't tax the hardware, then I'm not turning it on. So I might have to wait 10 years from now. But I mean, hey, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Like, I'm not turning ray tracing on. It's just going to affect performance. I'm not dumb. Like, I'm not.
I never mess with it.
Yeah, it's just too much fiddling around with settings. Like, just give me the option, let's go. Fiddling around all day in the settings, I ain't playing the game. I'm spending time in the settings, right? So, yeah, I don't know, man. But, look, we appreciate you for calling in, and let's cross our fingers and hope for the best for Dying Light 2 because, again, at this point, 1 month away officially. So, let's see what they can do for us.
Thank you very much. Just last words, I try to stay neutral. I mean, I don't want to be too negative or anything. I know you guys, some people in chat think I'm too negative or whatever, but I try to stay neutral. But, yeah, let's go ahead and move the wheels here.
Hell yeah,
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
Appreciate you. Hell yeah, take care. All righty, folks. Feet are frozen out here, and, nonetheless, that's the reality of the situation. So we wanted to just come out here and give you guys an update on this situation. Unfortunately, nothing has seemingly changed. Let's get some less callers in here before we wrap this up because it's getting too fucking cold out here. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
My thing is that I think Dying Light 2 needs another delay.
I mean,
You hear me?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I mean,
even in the PC version, I've seen a lot of bugs that you might have skipped. Like, for example, when Aiden was going down a tunnel, the tunnel didn't render.
Oh, no.
I saw enemies floating, weapons disappearing.
Really?
And these are... Yeah, it's gameplay from others that tried the game, really.
Yeah.
Not from the regular.
To be fair, someone did call in and say that it was a 2-month-old build. So maybe, hopefully those things are kind of ironed out.
I'm talking about new gameplay.
Oh well.
I'm talking about new gameplay.
Well, I guess it's over, right? I mean, shit. I didn't even see those things, but I mean, it's hard to sift through.
To me, I pre-ordered it because I trust the company, but I can always get a refund back. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how I see the game already is kind of broken. Right?
Well, that's probably why they delayed it so they could
about it.
Yeah.
And he just I don't think he cares at all. But I saw so many bugs, so many glitches, just on regular gameplay that is kind of turning me off.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, that's what we didn't focus on really. We keep talking about performance out here and frame rate and how's it going to run, how's the world going to render and all this stuff. But then you got the bugs, you got all this other stuff to factor in, and it's like, man, there's a reason why they're not.
I already know how much frame rate is going to be on PS4. It's going to be 30 FPS. PS5, I think is also going to be 30 FPS.
Really?
I heard that from Unsee. Yeah.
So you're saying it's not going to hit? You're saying it. 30 frames on PS5?
I mean, that's what I heard. That's what I really heard.
Really? Well, holy shit. Well, that ain't that. Hey, let me tell you that. I mean, look, if it runs at 30 frames on PS5, that is not great.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a very high demanding game.
Yeah, well,
I'm surprised we haven't.
Well, then it's over. I mean, then it's over. 30 frames on PS5. There's got to be an option to turn it on, performance mode or fidelity or whatever. But holy shit, I mean, It might reach 60, but I don't think it ain't gonna be no lock 60. Hell no.
No, there's not realistic at all. But I mean, we're gonna really see, because they also said that the recommended specs for Dying Light 2 is not really confirmed or right at all. You can have lower hardware and you can still run it. That's what I heard from the developers themselves. So that information is incorrect. But I heard that it's still gonna run at 30 FPS. So I'm just very confused on that part.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, holy shit, bro. Well, I mean, it's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people then, if that's the case. If it turns out to be the case, then it's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people. Because 30 frames in 2020...
I mean, if the game comes out shit, then just refund. You know, if it comes out shit, then just refund, expose them, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a Cyberpunk situation in terms of like they're going to delist it from the store. That's not what I'm saying, but you know, I still think it's going to be it has a high possibility of turning into the next, Battlefield, the next Grand Theft Auto in terms of bugs, in terms of unoptimized, software that doesn't, that wasn't compiled correctly,
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you for calling in, man. We're going to move the wheels out here.
Okay, bye.
Hell yeah, take care. All right, last caller here. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael, I just wanted to say real quick that you were talking about this being a wake-up call. If Cyberpunk and Battlefield weren't wake-up calls, nothing will be.
I agree. I agree. I mean, no one cares enough to care. I mean, that's the reality. No one cares enough to care.
For real. I mean, Albert Einstein literally, he predicted gaming. I mean, it's the definition of insanity. Like, they just do the same thing over and over.
Well, I mean, these publishers know they can get away with it, so they just keep doing it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I mean, if I were the CEO of a big fucking publishing corporation, I'd say, well, they bought into Cyberpunk. Shit, we'll do the same fucking thing. Ain't nobody going to give a damn. And we'll just say we're sorry when the game comes out. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, it's actually a scam. Like, it's really fucking bad.
Yeah,
like, there's no other. Like, when you go buy a movie ticket, do you watch the unedited film? No, you don't. You watch the final product. You are seeing the final cut. You're not seeing an unfinished movie. So why are we doing this with the games industry? It's like, I mean, I know it's interactive software, it's software, it's not motion picture, but Jesus Lord, can we just get it up to a point where it used to be back in the day? You bought the fucking game and the developers had to ensure, for the most part, it was done day one back in 2005 and whenever the fuck. You bought the game, it was sealed off right then and there. Now it's like, oh, well, hey, sorry, guys, it wasn't where we needed to be. Well, here's the roadmap. Trust us, we're going to really make sure this one, all this fucking, just horse shit.
Well, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom.
I hope not. I hope not, because I've been hearing a lot of doom and gloom out here. I mean, look, I want to slay some zombies, and I want to have some fun, but...
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo and Rockstar make shit. They make day one products. I mean, they're still day one products.
Oh yeah, you buy a new Mario. You can argue it's the same fucking Mario game, but at the same time, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be an experience.
Yeah, and I've heard you explain something that I never heard someone say, which is like they actually make more money shipping broken products because it's like they have multiple release dates. It's like everyone's talking about it.
What game?
No, I'm just saying, like, I've heard you say in the past that...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what they do. I think they do it on purpose these days. I'm not even kidding. It's like a 5D chess move to market the game without spending money on marketing. It's like Cyberpunk's having this, like, the rumored rebrand, like the relaunch of Cyberpunk, because they ship it broken and then they fix it over time. And every time they fix it, they get an increase of players, an increase of sales. So it's like built-in marketing without actually having to go to the third-party PR firms and saying, hey, let's do this $200 million fucking, or well, not 200 million, that's like super bullshit. But like, let's spend 10 million, 20 million on marketing. You don't even have to do that anymore. You just ship the broken game, say you're sorry, and then update it over time, and then eventually the gamers kiss your ass. That's all you got to do. If I were in this industry, I'd do the same fucking thing. I'd ship the broken product so I get everyone talking, and then what I would do is I would say, I'm so sorry, the team busted our ass. Here's some footage of the guys working, crunching, they're sleeping in the office. Holy shit. And then we're going to say patch 1.0 is coming out. It's going to revolutionize the game. And then patch 1.2, patch 1.3, all this dumb bullshit. So basically just a marketing tactic at this point. You know, I mean, it's like a 5D marketing tactic. That's how I see it.
And it's working. It's working.
Oh yeah, it's
really
working.
well.
I mean, oh shit! If I started a video game company, I'd do the exact same fucking thing. Because I mean, you're getting publicity. People are talking about your game based off of how broken it is. I mean, imagine if Battlefield came out and there was nothing wrong with it. No one would have given. You know, it would have been a stale, vanilla, standard Battlefield. Like, oh, Battlefield's back. Oh, cool. Is it broken? No. Oh, then we don't give a shit about it. You know, but oh, it's a big disaster. The fucking Google Trends are skyrocketing. Holy shit, Battlefield's dead. Grand Theft Auto's dead. Rockstar's dead. It's like this. It's like all fake. It's like they deliberately make these games shitty so people talk about them. I honestly think that's the case. I'm not even kidding, man. I know that sounds fucking crazy as hell, but dude, at this point, I'm starting to believe it.
I agree, man. I think that's exactly what they're doing.
You know, I think the suits step in and they say, "Hey, we got a big plan. Let's don't tell anyone who's working on this game. Let's you know, this is when we ship. No ifs, ands, or buts. Get back to work." And then you know,
and it's not even like they're gonna try to fix it. Really, I mean, they're gonna fix it enough to make people come back.
Yeah, but these games need to be done. Like, you know, if you don't have internet, I mean, granted, everyone has internet these days, I guess. But I mean, if you're out there in fucking Kentucky or Alabama or some shit, you're on the sticks. You know, like, you know, I mean, you might not have the best internet in the world, and as such, you're gonna be waiting for fucking hours and hours. Like, I mean, it might take someone 8 hours to download a 1 gig update. I mean, who knows? I mean, not everyone is in the position of privilege. And it shouldn't be like this for everyone. You need to start shipping games that are ready day one. I'm tired of the excuse that, oh, the developers were rushed and the crunch and, you know, all this dumb bull. It's like, how much more time do you need? Like, in every job, there is a deadline. In every job, there's a deadline. You know, when someone orders food and you work at McDonald's, you have to get the food out at a certain point. Oh, you didn't have enough time? Well, then who is that on? Tell that to your boss. They're not going to say it's on the management. They're not going to say it's on the time clock system or whatever the fuck they call it. They're going to say it's on you, and they're going to find someone else to replace you. So I don't understand. You know? I mean, I know software development's a lot different, but Jesus Lord. Like, back in the day, it wasn't such a big fucking thing. Now it's a big fucking thing. We can't do anything. It's over.
Yeah, and I really don't see these games like Battlefield. I really don't see them pulling a No Man's Sky. I think they're going to fix it. And that's
well, I mean, the No Man's Sky situation shouldn't even have happened. Like, it shouldn't have been. You know, at this point, it's just marketing.
Well, that was kind of the start almost.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been that way. Dude, I criticized the hell out of No Man's Sky, and no one listened to me. Well, those are crazy videos. They got like maybe 1,000 views, if that. But dude, all the red flags were there. They didn't show gameplay. They promised like the 64-bit seed generator, every planet, all this. You know, these crazy promises. You know, it was just like, really, you know. So.
But when you apply the same logic to this game, all of a sudden it's a problem.
Oh, exactly, and that's like Elden Ring. It's like, well, Elden Ring is reusing same animations from Dark Souls 3. It's not a problem, but when Madden does it, it's a big fucking problem. Like, and that's in the new video to more extent. Like, so. Stay tuned.
The thing with Elden Ring is like, I mean, yeah, that is just pure lazy. But unless they focus on the world, like if they have like real interactions.
No,
like
there's no stories with these games. There's lore, and there's context to the games, but they just basically throw you in and then you go. Like anyone saying that there's actually a big fucking story here, it's like, yeah, if you're a fucking nerd and you have no life and you never seen a vagina before, yeah, you could consider there being a story there. But like in a traditional sense, there's like no story in these From Software games in the sense that like, you know, there's exposition and all this dumb bullshit. It's just like lore. Like, okay, cool. Like, I don't give a shit about battling dragons and demons and ghouls and all this dumb shit if there's no story. I don't care if there's no story. If there's no incentive to do what we're doing in the game, I don't want to play it. Give me a reason to do what I'm doing in the game. But anyway, that's a different topic. Hell yeah. Well, listen. We're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move the wheels out here. I'm getting too cold, but we appreciate you for calling in, man. We're gonna take the last caller here. Thanks for calling in. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael, it's me, the Dutch guy.
Oh hell yeah, bro! I thought, dude, I'm so glad you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here, man. It's me on. I subscribed to you like 2 days ago, 4 days ago.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, I can pay with the phone to do that, but I just sent you another $25 gift card.
Holy shit, that's what we're talking about, bro. Hell yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate you supporting the show that way.
Yeah, I think you're doing great, man. And
Viva
you know,
Sound
I love
Channel
to watch
donated
your show. I
100
watch it every
Norwegian
time. I
kroner
don't
through
call
Super
in
Chat.
because
Enough
my
is
English
enough.
isn't that good,
Show
you
them,
know.
Michael.
So
Hell yeah.
you know.
Expose them like you
Hell yeah, thank you,
exposed
bro. We
Cyberpunk's
appreciate
But
that.
dirty
thank you
laundry.
for everything
Lazy
you're
devs
doing, man.
need to
Like
shape up.
it's great.
Shape up now.
Hell yeah.
Back in
Well,
2000,
thanks for
you
watching
could
and
see
supporting the show,
trailers,
man. We appreciate
gameplay,
that. It helps out a lot.
everything.
Okay,
Yikes.
thank you. Have
Hell
a
yeah.
great day, man.
Take care. Okay, someone just came through your Viva Sound channel coming through. Hell yeah. I'm trying to get to the calls. The computer's freezing. Hello, you're on the air. A Viva Sound
Michael,
channel coming through with 100.
I don't know what the hell Techland is doing with Dying Light 2, man. What are they trying to market with showcases for their games on different consoles, but it looks fucking broken.
Well, what do you mean? They haven't shown it off on consoles.
Well, I don't. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what build it's from, but
Right.
the stuff that they showed today with RTX, if you pay very close attention, you
Wait a minute.
things.
You're saying it doesn't look where it needs to be?
No, it doesn't.
No, what do you mean?
Okay. In that clip that I sent you, of course, you've probably already seen it for the RTX video. If you watch him come out the window on the rope and you look down and you look at the foliage, you know, the shadow and everything on that bush or tree there, it fucking renders in. So shaders aren't rendering in properly, and this is supposed to be on fucking top-notch PC hardware, and it's not doing it properly.
Well, that's why we're out here having this conversation. I mean, you know, this is why they're not pulling the curtain back. If it's not even doing that on high-end PC, then it's only going to get worse as you trickle down.
Exactly. And I've seen some other, I think it's the Rad Brad, you know, YouTuber that put up about 9 days ago, you know, along like 20-something minutes of gameplay, and it shows one of the NPCs getting stabbed in the stomach. Okay, it shows the blood effect dripping from his stomach, but like there's no blood on his hands, no blood on his suit, no blood on the ground, and like after he's dead.
Man, I really hope this doesn't invigorate Cropecat to make a video on this shit, because I feel like this is another Back for Blood. Did you see that Back for Blood video he made? Holy fuck, man!
So, yeah, I watched it.
Did you watch it, bro? Like, damn, bro. It's over.
Yeah,
like it is. I mean, I knew Back for Blood wasn't good when I played that shit. I know people like it and they have fun with it. And that's great. But like, dude, if you're telling me games from like 10, 15 years ago are just superior in terms of finite details, and you could just tell like the care was there. They were trying to make it, you know, like they put effort in. They mocap the fucking zombies out. Now they're like robot zombies in Back for Blood. You know, you shoot the gas station, doesn't even do any. You know, everything's a museum in Back for Blood. I mean, it is just. Oh my God! We have better think about this. We have better technology than ever before, and yet for some strange reason, it's not being utilized at all. I don't understand. I don't understand, dude. We have way better technology than ever before. The best that it's ever been. Like legitimately.
Dying Light 2 seriously feels like they used the same engine from Dying Light 1, and then I don't know, they ran out of ideas, or they tried to put so much into the fucking game that didn't fucking work because they're trying to crunch. They had a timeline. They took out vehicles and guns, and then they said they're waiting until February 4th release for more polish and everything like that. It's like, what the fuck do you mean more polish?
Well,
the game still looks like
Who
trash.
said that? Who said that? More polish? What the fuck?
Yeah. If you look up, the release date for Dying Light 2, it says that while playtesting the title, Techland made the decision to push the release back again to February 4, 2022, citing that the need for more polish and to optimize it.
That's basically them saying, guys, we need time to get that day one patch out because we're fucked. I mean, that's basic, because I guarantee you play the show without the day one patch on base PS4, it's a Cyberpunk. I guarantee it. There's just no way.
I'm telling you, issues with the foliage, not rendering in properly. The shaders not rendering in properly.
Yeah, if you saw all of that in the latest RTX fucking shit they put out today on high-end hardware, then again, it's just going to only be worse and exacerbated on the older platforms.
And the lip syncing, I don't know if you've look at some of the gameplay for the lip syncing. It is so bad. I'm just like, why is nothing fluid here? There's nothing that's fluid here. And of course, paragliding, to different buildings and stuff like that.
Fortnite.
You have, I don't know where the draw distance is for that, but you had, characters popping up, and it's like, oh yeah, that's great. You think you're gonna have a clean landing into a building, and then all of a sudden the zombies fucking pop up in front of you and grab you, and you're fucked.
It's over.
Oh man, I had such high, well, some I didn't have such high hopes like some of these people that have maybe played Dying Light 1
Yeah.
and then come to Dying Light 2. But I had speculations about this game, and I'm just like, I want one other game other than Elden Ring to really stand out this year, and fucking Techland can't even do that with this game.
Through Super Chat.
Seemingly
Depressing
not.
thing is that
And
from
don't even get me
software
started with
CEO is
fucking
Miyazaki.
Horizon
It's
Forbidden
not
West.
some
I don't know
suit,
what the
it's
fuck
the
they
lead
did to that.
dev.
What
Full control of the
why does it
company
have to
and
be so
Elden Ring
flashy?
recycled trash.
And I've seen the explosion effects in Horizon. I'm just like, why? The older game looked so much better than this.
I don't know.
Like game developers are just running
I
out
think
of
they're just pushing resolution and frame rate too much, and they just have to start cutting back on certain things. I guess I don't know.
Oh.
I guess that's what game design is now. Just let's just amp up the resolution, 4K, 64. That's all they care about. That's like the target for every game because that's what sells. That's what sells the GPUs. That's what sells everything these days. The visuals and the fidelity. I don't know, man.
Now, I read about that for Dying Light 2. Apparently, there's going to be, the option. Of course, I guess that's the way they make games nowadays is, fidelity or optimization. So they're going to probably have it 4K 30. They'll drop that thing in and, oh, yeah, it looks spectacular and everything, but the frame rate is going to look fucking garbage. And imagine trying to,
well, I mean, imagine it trying to render in. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, imagine it trying to render in on a hard disk.
Oh no! Yeah,
yeah.
PS4 and Xbox One. Oh my God, no, no! It's gonna be so bad. I'll just sit back and relax. Watch how horrible.
Yeah, watch the train wreck. I mean, hey, it might be better than the actual game. I mean, maybe that's what they do as well. They're like, you know what, we got a bland game here. Let's just fucking throw this out and see if people react. I don't know, man. I'm starting to question a lot around this games industry. More so than ever.
I definitely got the feeling from the other gameplay that I watched. It feels exactly like Dying Light, but I say that in a bad respect because it feels like they're going to connect you with these characters that don't mean shit, and you're supposed to feel sympathetic for them or build some type of relationship to this character, and then they just kill them off. Like they George R.R. Martin these people. Like why am I supposed to feel connected to this person? You're just going to kill them off.
Yeah, I mean, look, hopefully I wake up tomorrow and they have the answers tomorrow. Hopefully they got the old gen gameplay lined up and ready to go. But if we're still out here talking about this 2-3 weeks from now, before if they have to wait to the very end of January, just cancel. I will tell people to cancel their pre-order then, because then that speaks volumes. If they wait until the very last, the last week of January to show off old gen gameplay, we're screwed. We're screwed because that's exactly what Cyberpunk did. Exactly what Cyberpunk did.
It just feels like a second Cyberpunk.
It does. Like it more so than any other game. More so than any other game, based on the marketing, based off of the promises, based off of the lack of footage here. You combine all of that within the context of the lead guy gone. You combine the context of the developmental hell, the delay. I mean, it's like it's just crazy.
_beta $82 through Super Chat.
This is how different video game developers can introduce their game. You can for a game company like Techland, like CD Projekt Red, all they want to do is push their game and buy, pre-order. But yet they don't tell you what all, they don't tell you all that much about the story. They don't tell you all that much about the characters or the enemies.
Well, let me ask you this about Elden Ring. We have, am I correct in saying we have Elden Ring footage of the technical test? What was that? That was console, right?
Yeah, that was base PS4 console.
So we have base PS4 and base Xbox One footage of Elden Ring, right?
As far as I'm aware of, yeah.
Okay. Well, then there you go. That's how you do it. Like it's out in the open, and what is going on here? I mean.
Right. Exactly. I mean, From Software and Miyazaki, came out and said that their games aren't going to be about fidelity and stuff like that, but they can at least make it fucking work.
Well, at least they're showing it off, and at least they gave it. Yeah. I mean, people have already played it, so the public has. So.
I don't feel that hype that I used to about old games. These games that are coming out and they're supposed to hype you up. Oh, we're going to put this in.
I mean, at worst, even if Elden Ring is considered lazy, I mean, at worst, if that's all the complaints they have, well, then that's better than Dying Light 2.
They have ultimately worked on this game to make sure that gamers do not get fucking bored in the game. They thought of that.
Well, I'm glad there's no easy mode, because if they're gonna cave like that, then it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's over if they go that route. No, dude, I just think Dying Light. I feel like it's going to be such a broken mess. I'll sit back, I'll relax, I'll watch the train wreck that will be, and then I think people, if they're seriously still on this train here thinking about buying the game, I think they should honestly wait 5 to 6 months, let it drop down to $45 or even less than that, and go for it whenever it's on sale.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Well, listen, I gotta wrap this up. It's too fucking cold out here. Hell yeah. Appreciate you calling in. Let's do one last call here. Make it 30 seconds long. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, I don't know if you realize this, but if you compare the minimum requirements for Cyberpunk on PC and Dying Light 2 on PC, if you look up the charts right now, you can actually see that the specs required to run Dying Light 2 on PC are higher than the ones for Cyberpunk. So, you can check it out right now.
Are you serious, bro? You're saying
look it up right now. God. Look on the graph, the requirements for on PC for Dying Light 2 and Cyberpunk.
Holy shit.
Technically, call me crazy, but Dying Light 2 will run a lot worse than Cyberpunk.
Well, then that's a nightmare. That's a fucking nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, thanks for letting us know, man. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. It's over.
All right, thanks, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Listen, we got to go. It's too cold. I can't feel things. Feet are frozen. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along. The sun is setting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. We hope for the best for Dying Light 2, but I'll tell you what, we're going to stay tuned to this. So if you are new here, consider subscribing as we follow through with this, and hopefully Dying Light and Dying Light 2 is great, and hopefully Techland can come through with what they are promising currently, and hopefully it satisfies people enough to say, holy shit, we're still locked in, or maybe it's going to be a disaster. I don't know. Either way, hopefully we get an update, and if we do, we will update you. But that's going to do it for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. Last super chat.
Ice1 donated €2
No.
Super
You don't.
chat.
No.
Dylan is cringe.
No.
Bear.
Come
bear,
on,
bear, bear.
Alrighty, that's it.
Bear.
Lord.
Bear.
Fuck me, man. Yeah, we got to go. I can't. I literally cannot feel my feet. Like it's numb. You know how you like. You lay on your hand a certain way and it becomes like tingly and shit like that. I don't know what that means, but I don't mean something good. Okay, so we have to go. It's fucking cold out here. So that's going to do it, folks. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you soon. It's over.